Okay, timing in. All right, joining us on the left side of your screen is Derek on Demir. And on the right, we have Roland with Grixis Delver. Should be interesting. It's cracking a Scalding Tarn to start us off. High Train complete at level 7. Thank you for all the gift subs, everybody. Really appreciate it. An awesome way to start the stream.
Yeah, I'm starting to see how I see one now. Yeah. I can see that.
All right, a Ponder to start the game for Roland. Roland on the right side of your screen with a Sliver Queen Eternal Weekend North America playmat. If you're watching this live, Eternal Weekend was this past weekend. If you're watching this not live on YouTube, who knows? Maybe it was 5 years ago. But it was an exciting weekend. Shout out to Dominic Vernaza making top 8 of the Legacy champs, and Dave Kaplan and David Tao making top 8 of Vintage champs. Shouting out some of our New York City players who did really well. Why does my dad hate me? Just gifted 5 subs. Thank you. Why does my dad hate me? It doesn't even feel right to read that username out loud, but thank you for the gift subs. Really appreciate it. There's a Dragon's Rage channeler on the board. The cycling of Troll of Khazad-dûm has happened. Derek with a snow-covered swamp. What does it mean? We may never know.
It's that dead.
Psychic Frog?
Nethergoyf on the stack. This card from MH3 has been great in Legacy. There's been a lot of very black and white comments made about Modern Horizons over the last few years since they started making the Modern Horizons sets. Cards like Nethergoyf and Dragon's Rage Channeler is why I personally like Modern Horizons sets. And if you're going to include Lord of the Rings in the kind of the spirit of Modern Horizons sets stuff, I also really like the Swamp Cyclers and Island Cyclers, Lorien Revealed, Troll of Khazad-dûm. I like these cards a lot. And there's a Lightning Bolt getting fired off on Nethergoyf. We don't see enough Lightning Bolts in Legacy these days, so good to see Roland firing them off. Force of Negation dumped into the yard. Another great Modern Horizons card. Force of Negation.
3, yep. And
I'm no fan of Nadu Winged Wisdom, but to say Modern Horizons is crap and ruin Legacy, I don't feel like is accurate at all. I'm sorry. We disagree. We disagree.
Prismatic Vista, I'll crack it. Good 18.
Prismatic Vista, another excellent Modern Horizons card. Is everybody seeing the point? Or do I have to keep going? Storm says, I love Psychic Frog. Yeah. You know what? I also, power level, play patterns, whatever you want to say. I like the card. I love Psychic Frog. I think the card is cool. It feels like a nice mashup of some old favorites. Shadow Mage Infiltrator Psychotog. We've talked about this before. Animate Dead on the stack, most likely on the Troll of Khazad-dûm. It could be a problem for Roland.
Yeah, we're now 2 through 3 decks.
I have Troll, Nethergoyf, and Prismatic Vista.
But I'm a fan of the Frog. I would be sad to see the Frog go. Much like how I felt about Ragavan. I liked Ragavan. Maybe I'm out of my mind. Maybe I don't understand game design or whatever. I like it. Too bad.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm going to target Troll Khazad-dûm. Sure.
All right, Troll of Khazad-dûm is in. It's on the board. Enchanted by Animate Dead. One of the oldest and most powerful auras in the game. Besides Animate Dead, what other auras are even played in Legacy at this point? Like, what's the most popular aura besides Animate Dead? Is there one? Is there an obvious one I'm forgetting? I can't think of any.
Yeah, with one creature.
keep it on top.
Bolt targeting you, Surveil trigger.
Yep. Traverse.
Bolt you, Surveil, dumps a Delver into the graveyard. Roland's going to try and race this troll. Dance of the Dead? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like a distant second place, maybe.
Okay.
Give us more auras for Legacy.
The 12.
Ah. Daybreak Coronet? Yeah, I mean, that's pushing it. Alan Delver, go. Thank you for the resale with Prime. 42 months for Alan Delver. Been with us a long time. Aviator says we need Legacy Boggles. You know what? I'm down.
5.
Abundant Growth. Abundant Growth might actually be the second most popular. Flow, making a great point. Sounds like people are laughing in the background.
Go down, stop.
Which is 5.
I'll take it.
13.
I guess there was maddening Hex for a little while, but those days are over, right?
EOT. Bolt targeting you.
Another Bolt. Roland might actually be able to race this troll. Oh, Derek has a response. Go for the throat on the Dragon's Rage channeler getting fired off. Force pitching days. Roland drops to 12. Keep in mind the troll does have 5 power, so it's not 2 hits to end the game. So a safe force of will there as far as the clock is concerned. And Derek's going to force back pitching. I believe that was Soren's Ransom. It's kind of like cut off now. Yeah, that's Soren's Ransom. Card that I think Legacy players kind of forgot about. But it's a neat card. Another Modern Horizons kind of card, Soren's Ransom, that I really like.
Yeah. Do
Did
Surveil.
you catch me for the, yeah.
I'm not going to like dedicate this whole match to Modern Horizons and how much I like it, but I mean, I don't know. I saw some iffy comments over the weekend about Modern Horizons, and I guess I just wanted to come out the gates with that. Alan Delver says edicts are kind of low right now with Fnatic. Boggles could get there. Yeah. You know what? Boggles are cool.
Go for it.
Dedicate the whole stream to Modern Horizons? Yeah.
I never played that.
But seriously, I see people like Nadu sucks, therefore Modern Horizons is bad. It's like, come on.
It's the deck that Haas is considering. I know, because it seems good in theory. It's like a deck that like.
Brainstorm's good.
Search.
Brainstorm resolving here for Roland. No Bowmaster or anything from Derek, so a very safe and hopefully finding answers to the troll Brainstorm happening right now. I guess it's possible Roland will find a Brazen Borrower to petty theft this troll, or you know, with the black mana in the deck. This is a Grixis Delver deck. Maybe Roland has a one of go for the throat or something like that. Mishra's Bauble. Take a look at the top of Derek's deck. Let's see if we can see it. Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Oh man, Derek's deck is so funny.
Kraken set?
All right, Blue Delta getting cracked on end step. Maybe we're going to surveil. Derek takes a look, saw that Thassa's Oracle. It will no longer be on top of the library. Probably. I mean, there's a chance it will be back on top, but probably not.
3-4.
Roland says, Roland's in the chat, says Derek's deck literally had me scratching my head. I've played against this deck that Derek is playing a few times. It's tough to play against because he just comes out with the strangest stuff. If you've been watching our live streams a lot recently, you've seen Derek playing this deck before. It's a Tainted Pact build, nearly singleton. And it's quite awesome, honestly.
Cards you have.
3.
I'll pass.
Upkeep.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dimir CEDH deck, I guess. Although I don't really know what a Dimir CEDH deck even looks like. There's the petty theft we were talking about. Force of negation.
Cards.
Dos Echoes, 2.
Force pitching Frog on the Force of negation. So it looks like Troll of Khazad-dûm will be bounced. It does not make sense to bounce Animate Dead. And Brazen Borrower goes on an adventure indicated by a D6 showing 1. Wow.
Turn Pathway. This is a blue-black one. I'm going to play it.
All right, the blue-black pathway comes in. Is it Clearwater? I don't even know. I don't have the pathways memorized, and I'm sorry. Does anybody know what the blue one's called? Someone help us out.
End set. Tainted Pact.
Clearwater. I was right. Tainted Pact. Tainted Pact is on the stack. Sound the alarms. Clearwater and Murkwater. You know what, folks? I said Clearwater. I know my stuff.
Cartoon him. You don't want him to troll.
Unlike most Legacy players, I have the cards memorized. Step your game up.
5.
All right, rolling with a sigh in response to Tainted Pact. Gonna crack a Flooded Strand. Maybe Roland does not know what happens next. If you've been watching our streams recently, you know this Tainted Pact deck is made up of several 2-card combos and a bunch of the kind of powerful blue-black cards of the format. All right, days on Tainted Pact. Unfortunately, Tainted Pact is countered.
Oh, yeah.
Another Cabal Therapy. 2 total.
Brazen Borrower gets flashed in. Yeah, no Lutri Companion. There are 2 copies of Tainted Pact. And at this point, despite me yelling at him about it, Derek refuses to add Lutri to the deck. So that's where we are. I begged Derek, put Lutri in the damn deck. He refuses.
I'm going to escape. I'm just seeing how I'm going to do it. So let's see. So escape. And let's see.
I'm obviously kidding. All right, Nethergoyf getting escaped. It's a escape, 3 mana plus exile Delirium from your graveyard, basically. Prismatic Vista, Animate Dead, Force of Will, need another type. It will probably have to be... Wait a minute. Do we have enough types? It doesn't look like we do.
I thought I had enough.
Okay, that's a negative on that one. Never mind.
Well, let me do one thing.
Maybe Derek forgot.
And I hope you don't draw that. Let's see. You have 1 card, right? Oh, yeah, that's the Underground Sea. So I hope you don't draw that.
Yeah, Roland's lone card in hand is an Underground Sea. So, there's a chance that's a Watery Grave coming in untapped. Ouch, going down to 5. There's been already a lot. All right, Troll of Khazad-dûm getting hard cast. That's actually pretty good. Roland might be in trouble unless the top card of the deck was Bolt. There's already been 3 bolts fired off. Troll of Khazad-dûm just hard cast here and could win the game. Can't be blocked.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
See Tainted Pact?
Yes.
Roland does not have Tainted Pact memorized, which is interesting. Tainted Pact is a weird card. This card was hot on Arena for a while. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't kept up with Historic or Timeless recently, but I believe Tainted Pact was a staple in those formats for a bit. Yeah. Do we have any Timeless and Historic players watching? And or Historic players watching? All right, Derek takes game 1. Tank Terry says it's played sometimes on Timeless. Yeah. Yeah, I have not kept up with Timeless since MH3 came out. I saw some previews for Pioneer Masters, and I'm tempted to get back into it. I just have to get back up to speed.
Yep. 7.
Okay, your seat.
I'll try this. 19.
There are no banned cards in Timeless. It's possible Tainted Pact is banned in Historic. I haven't played Historic in over a year, so I'm not sure. When Timeless came out, I kind of stopped playing Historic. I was more interested in Timeless. Okay. Undercity Sewer dumps a watery grave into the trash. Delver's on the board for Roland. Delver trigger and Lightning Bolt revealed. So Delver flips.
Yay! Again, 80 on 5. Yeah.
17.
Now we know to play.
Yeah, Historic has banned cards, but Timeless on Arena only has restricted cards. And I think there are still less than 5 cards restricted, right? Anyway, a little off topic. Dragon's Rage Chandler and Insectile Aberration up against a snow-covered island, so not much going on Derek's side yet. Rolling with the offense, getting up and running. Yeah, the Chandlertron pointing out too much joy in the background. We never play at such a nice place. Yeah, there's always people in the background at the LGS like laughing. They're like playing Candyland or something, and it's just. Can we just take the Magic tournament seriously, please?
You might start.
2, 3.
Yeah, Demonic Tutor and Channel are restricted in Timeless. I think there's 1 or 2 other cards. I forgot.
Yep.
Okay, it still looks like only 2 types in the graveyard for Roland. So an attack for 4. Derek drops down to 13. Underground Sea, pass the turn.
Go.
That is a polluted Delta and pass. Not much going on for Derek yet. But Derek's deck plays kind of mid-rangey with some combo kills, as I mentioned during game 1. So I'm not too alarmed by the beginning of this game. Attacking for 4 drops Derek down to 9. Once you drop below 10 life, you're in bolt range with, you know, if Roland could get Delirium by next turn, 6 power on the board plus a Lightning Bolt ends the game.
Yeah, I still get. I think so.
Crack and set.
Billosaurus showing up in the chat says, I don't remember a time when ancient tomb decks were not the best decks. Bill coming in hot. Ancient Tomb, everybody. They tested it thoroughly for 1v1. And, I don't know. We're stuck with it, I guess.
Check for 1.
Skill and set. Tainted Pact.
Extreme with a great question. Must I play Grixis Delver on Prague Eternal Weekend? I'm between Sneak and Show or Grixis Delver, both decks I play mostly. You could shuffle them together and do both. That's a Tainted Pact on the stack. Roland vouching for Grixis Delver.
That's fine.
A daze on Tainted Pact. Tainted Pact is countered.
I'll
Black
dredge.
man. Surveil.
I'm gonna skip it.
Okay, Roland skips Surveil. Not sure what that means. Surgical. Surgical extraction happening, targeting Tainted Pact, it looks like. A little strange. But maybe Roland's getting some extra information here. That's a go for the throat. Sunken Ruin, Takanuma, Drowned Catacomb, Underground River maybe in hand.
Anytime, as always.
Did I miss one? I think I named everything. Sunken Ruins? Did I say that? I don't know.
Crop rotation.
I wanted to put the whole format of Legacy into one deck.
It's fair. What's this one?
Think twice.
Think twice? Okay.
Derek reveals his game plan here to put all of Legacy into one deck.
I think it works.
Tainted Pact deck. Yeah.
Kind of neat.
Thank you.
It's a brew.
I'll shuffle it. You good?
Derek likes brewing decks and setting the challenge of a nearly singleton Tainted Pact deck. Provides a lot of brewing opportunity. Testing some weird cards. It works. It works. Tank Terry, Tank Terry is Derek in the chat. The deck works. It functions. Derek's had some successful evenings playing this. Go for the throat getting fired off, though. It's going to kill Insectile Aberration. Well, at least it tried to. Force pitching Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog on a lot of people's minds lately. Unclear if it will survive. All right, there's a Lightning Bolt, and that ends the game. So we're going to Game 3. Unclear if Psychic Frog survives the December ban announcement. I guess we'll wait and see.
I'm sure. And have fun, of course. Okay.
Change up the sleeves and red boxes or something.
Derek snap keeps Derek on the play. Roland thinking about it.
I'll keep going.
There's that Nether Goyf again. I really like this card. It's been a couple of years now, let's say, since Charmer Goyf has been regularly played in Legacy. And Modern Horizons giving us a few new Lure Goyfs to kind of give us some new Lure Goyfs to play with. I don't know. I really like that. Roland says, I'd personally like to see Nadu gone. I'm with Roland on this. I am not a fan of Nadu. I've made that clear. I do not like that card. And I'm already tired of it. So, Nadu getting banned, I would be happy with. Okay, so a Lightning Bolt revealed. Insectile Aberration. Nether Goyf with only 1 power. It only, excuse me, it only counts Derek's graveyard. Keep that in mind.
That's fine.
Okay, the Lightning Bolt will kill the Nether Goyf. It may come back later. It has Escape. That land is... oh, is that the... oh. I think this is the new Duskmourn land that I don't know the name of. I don't know the name of it. Exclamation point card and the card name in the chat if you know the name, please.
I'll float a rune response.
Sure. All right, it gets wasted. Derek floats a blue. Thought Scour. Target myself. Interesting. Blue Elemental Blast and... I believe those were the pathways. Gloomlake Verge was the name of the land. Thank you, Tank Terry.
Correct. I just based on it in response to the
Sorry.
You good?
I have enough cards.
It's enough?
Yeah, 60. I wasn't sure if I took some cards out.
Brainstorm's good.
Brainstorm for Roland. Thought Scour, not a card we see much recently. A card I like. I've cast many Thought Scours in my day. Mostly in Modern. I'm not even sure if at this point Thought Scour gets played in Modern. And I guess Thought Scour is not in Pioneer. Oh man, it's embarrassing. I haven't kept up with this.
Song Cycle Troll.
Swamp Cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm again. There's that troll that terrorized Roland in game 1. Tankterry says Oculus decks run it in Modern. That makes sense. I forgot about the Oculus decks. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so Thought Scour is still seeing some play. A Dark Ascension favorite. Original Innistrad. I loved the original Innistrad. All right, Sunken Ruins.
The filter land.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna do it now, actually, might as well. Shelly's Eve, make you sack an October creature.
Shoulder's Edict. Looks like it will kill this Insect Elaboration. It's gone. Derek got a healthy 14 life as is rolling on taps. Lightning Bolt deck needs to get the offense back up and running again. We've had 2 games where a Lightning Bolt one way or another can make a big difference. Needs to get Derek's life total down quite a bit before Lightning Bolt becomes relevant. Lightning Bolt to the face, anyway. All right, another Wasteland. Kills the filter land. Ponder.
Born in. Oh, you got 3.
Yeah. You know why I'm force. 16 minutes remaining. You go, sir.
That's why, like,
And expecting.
Dark Slick Shores. Go.
Okay, that's Dark Slick Shores, a more well-known modern power level dual land.
That's a good card.
More unique.
Another Wasteland. Derek cannot keep a 3rd land on the board.
Go to my text.
With a floating mana, Snapcaster Mage. Original Innistrad block showing up. Roland's going to take a look at the graveyard. See what Snapcaster can do. There's that Thought Scour in there. Blue Elemental Blast, not particularly relevant right now. I don't know what else is really important in the graveyard right now. Yeah, Roland's been reading all these weird non-basic, weird for Legacy anyway, non-basic lands and then wasting them immediately.
I almost beat him even after he got
I also feel like I'm forced to kind of go without protection.
Looks like Roland's thinking about dazing the Snapcaster so nothing could be flashed back. I think it's just Thought Scour. I think Thought Scour is the only thing. Roland says, I like to think I have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game, but it's impossible. That's true. It's become nearly impossible, and I like that. Brainstorm.
Okay, I'll do blue.
I'm going to target Thought Scour. I'm going to cast Thought Scour. I'm going to target you.
Thought Scour target you. Okay. Okay. So Thought Scour is targeting Roland. Roland will mill 2 if it resolves. Huh. Interesting.
I know.
had so many outs.
I might bring, because I do have, like the only card.
Daze it, that's fine.
Okay, Thought Scour gets dazed. Because it was flashbacked, it is exiled. Derek will take the churn. Snapcaster. That Snapcaster did a little bit of work, I guess. No permanence on Roland's side right now as a Psychic Frog gets cast. Undercity Sewer, Surveil. Roland could be in trouble here. There's a frog. on the board. 1 card in hand for Derek, though.
You have 1 card.
1 card in hand.
1 card means a bolt could kill Frog, right? Flooded Strand gets correct. Does Roland have a bolt? I guess not. Underground Sea is found.
Alright. You got it. That card's rough to get through. I'll play that in the Reanimator. I played that in the
Fatal push on the Frog. Frog down. Disgusted Hen 85 says, "What's up? First time catching it live. Love the YouTube. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for being here. This is The Real Show. Appreciate you watching on YouTube. Glad you're enjoying. And welcome. Dragon's Range Channeler. It looks like Delirium is online.
This deck has a lot of stuff.
Surveillance resolves.
Did I really just have Roland's name in the bottom right this whole time and nobody told me? What the hell? All right, Roland's playing Grixis Delver. Oh my goodness. It's pretty bad. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Target sorcery.
I didn't mean to like call you out. I just like I wasn't sure if I missed something.
Because I had another wasteland, I could.
Oh, you can open it.
Okay, a Demure Charm just countered Ponder. Oh boy.
I'm gonna draw and lock to destroy.
Drown in the Lock. Attempting to destroy Dragon's Range Channeler. It's gone.
I'll pass.
Because I played that deck, I knew that that one. That's how that works.
I have no idea. Yeah, because I was like, what if you did joint and
Yeah.
Okay, Brainstorm for Roland.
I like Reclaimers, but like only 2.
I know.
They're better now because they can't grief that. I think it's really true.
Combat?
But that happens like enough times. Yeah, oh yeah.
Frog is good.
Psychic Frog. Uh-oh. Limdol's Vault. Uh-oh. How much time do we have?
But like you can't deal with an 8/8. Yeah, that just kills you.
Go ahead.
How many cards in hand?
3 cards.
Limdol's Vault. Strange card from Magic's Distant Past. The top 5 cards have been kept by Derek, though. I believe it was the first 5 that were looked at were taken. No life was paid. Limdol's Vault, a card that, you know, we just had people in the Twitch chat talking about, like, it's impossible to memorize every card now. I mean, did you have Limdol's Vault on your memorize list? Maybe not. Card from another era.
Oh, dude, that's it.
Probably wouldn't get printed in standard, let's say. The design on it is a little bit iffy by today's Magic the Gathering design standards. A pre-modern staple. Yeah, I have seen this card played in pre-modern. We had a pre-modern live stream on 90s MTG a while back, and Limdol's Vault was seeing some play. Yeah, Limdol's Vault does see some play in Commander, EDH, as far as I know. Surgical getting fired off. Now, Derek's deck is mostly Singleton. It's going to hit the Nethergoyf, though. Thassa's Oracle is the card in hand for Derek, which is pretty funny. We did do some pre-modern live streams. You could go find them on our YouTube channel.
I'll shuffle up.
Yeah, Sirius making a great point. I totally missed it. But Roland Surgical right there also shuffled the library after Limdol's Vault. So great play by Roland. Great play. And great catch by Sirius in the chat. I totally missed that. I was so busy babbling.
You have 2 cards in here, right?
2 cards in hand for Roland.
I'll pass.
Looks like the frog's about to jump.
Cards.
Flying? Yeah, that's fine.
Pass to you.
Just one?
Just one.
Yep, 13.
Before you search, I'll...
Successful attack from the Psychic Frog. Roland draws a card. Now a ponder. The Limdol's Vault was sort of countered by that Surgical, as we pointed out moments ago. I wonder then what was on top of Derek's deck with Thassa's Oracle in hand. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's just me. Yeah, I'll draw 3 new ones. Go ahead. Yeah, you can search.
Limdol's Vault is good at assembling combos. Ashiok. Okay. Gets dazed. Come on, Roland. Let Ashiok resolve. I like that card.
I'll pass.
Roland's down to 6, though. The Snapcaster keeps attacking. Roland has to do something about it.
I go 12.
Tank Terry says I had Oculus coming up with sleight of hand. That would have been pretty good.
Yep.
Murktide Regent. There it is, everybody. It's on the watch list. We've been watching it very carefully. It's one of the best cards of all time. Wow. Modern staple Murktide Regent, everybody. It's an 8/8. Did they test it for 1v1? Nobody knows.
And if they give you Goblin Engineer for something, they will engineer. Like, here's a question.
Looks like Derek now in a tough spot. Roland could potentially attack for lethal on the following turn. Snapcaster won't be a very good blocker. Tainted Pact. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
Force pitching the frog. Okay. Roland goes on to 5. That could have been a game-winning Tainted Pact if Thassa's Oracle was still in hand. I guess it still was. Derek passes the turn. 2 cards in hand. One of them, I believe, is still Thassa's Oracle. As Adam Combat arrives in the chat. What's Roland's move here?
Everyone calls it Mystic Force. No one plays it. I mean, there is Mystic Force in the deck, but it's like not the core.
Grafdigger's Cage, okay.
I'm gonna remove.
The core engine is just the 1 plus E plus your mono until you have.
Roland could grow the Murktide here to deal lethal, potentially, but also going to give the frog a chance. So 3 cards get exiled to give frog flying, trigger Murktide, give it 3 more counters. So it's now an 11/11 Murktide.
I'll sack this for this.
Adam Combat, thank you for the resub with Prime, 16 months. Big attack coming in. Murktide could potentially be lethal.
They're both flying, right?
Both flying right now, yep. This is... I could probably bump it up 1 start it, 3 more.
You got me. Well played. That was really amazing.
All right, GG's. Roland gets it. Lorien revealed and Thassa's Oracle were stuck in hand. So close, though. That Tainted Pact was so close. GG's. Well played. Have some posts coming in from people's Eternal Weekend pickups. Join our Discord if you'd love to post yours or just watch what's going on with other people. Okay, let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Cloudpost versus Golgari Depths. Cloudpost versus Demir Tempo. Maverick versus Painter. Cloudpost versus Mono Black Pox. Or Oops All Spells versus Demir. 2 minutes to vote. Get your vote in. Votes are coming in. I'm going to vote on this one. We have a merch shop. Go check that out. Links are all over the place. Stancil says, Chris, what's your favorite Wasteland art? I've had the Eternal Masters Wastelands in foil since they were brand new. And I really like how they look. I'm not big on the choosing the best art stuff in Magic, but I like my Eternal Masters Wastelands. Also, maybe I'm crazy. I think the Fallout ones look really cool. I think the Fallout ones look awesome. There's also a Expedition Wasteland that looks really cool whenever I see that. Yeah. Coinman says, I know a number of people who use the Fallout ones. The Fallout ones look really cool. Just the colors pop, and it just looks really cool. And it's very I don't know. It's just it just looks cool. How does it make us feel? Dom V just showed up in the chat. Who rigged this for Pox? Yeah. Out of time on the poll. Ill Will contributed 8,200 channel points. Cloudpost versus Pox up next. Dom V, fresh off a Legacy Champs top 8, and we're going to watch him play some Cloudpost. Let's do it. Let's do it. Diming in.
But before it was the 1K challenge was control. They played forces, force of vigor, force of will. It played a whole bunch of stuff, and there's a lot of nuances.
All right. On the left, making their 90s MGG debut, Javier on Mono Black Pox. On the right, with an Eternal Weekend 2024 Top 8 signed playmat, Dominic, back from a very exciting weekend, playing some Cloudpost. FL Legacy Club just gifted a sub. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Sounds like people are laughing. What's up with that? All right, one card going on the bottom for Javier. And Boseiju and Vexing Bauble. Okay.
I didn't put the 2 and 2 together.
Castle Lockthwain. Okay, we're doing this, everybody. We're already off to a nice start. Here's Planner Nexus. Crop rotations, sacking Boseiju. Finding Urza's Tower, of course. Urza's Tower combines nicely with Planner Nexus. Makes 3 mana now.
Do I have a play?
That was a loss of
Cast the ring.
The One Ring, everybody.
Side can't come up from the
Dominic draws a card off the One Ring, 1 burden counter on it.
It says landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter.
Coin Man says, I got lucky myself for Eternal Weekend, came in 12th. Nice job. That's great.
I was like, I had Archon in play, and I'm like, I literally.
Dark Ritual, Liliana of the Veil. Okay, let's go. Liliana of the Veil. It's going to plus. Both players will discard a card. Emrakul discarded. Vexing Bauble discarded for Javier. And, wait, what happened to shuffling the library? What just happened? Okay. The One Ring draws 2 cards.
Don't play Wasteland, I'll waste your land.
Okay, Castle Lockthwain gets wasted. Karn, the Great Creator. Okay.
Which way's he going? I'll tick up on Vexing Bauble.
Sure.
I'll move to combat. Oh, whoops, wrong back. And I will swing at Liliana.
Okay, Liliana gets attacked by a Vexing Bauble. Legacy 2024, everybody.
Holding me back. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, you have your own bauble, so I can't imagine, like, it's that good against you.
Yeah, I don't think Javier is super interested in killing Vexing Bauble here. Curious to see if we plus or minus, though. The plus isn't even that good with the One Ring on the board. Once Upon a Time discarded. Liliana discarded. No land drop. Already not looking good for Pox. All right, so 2 burden counters on the One Ring. Take 2 damage. Draw 3 now. We're well out of Liliana range, I would say. Liliana basically benefits Dominic at this point.
I know. You had it on at 8.
Play a Cloudpost. I will take.
My hand was forced to ponder forced Narcometer. I was like, I don't
I'll tick up on Karn, targeting my bauble again.
Yep. Vexing Bauble will become a creature. It will attack Liliana. Liliana back down to 3 loyalty. Karn at, I believe, now 6 loyalty. Or 7 loyalty. 7 loyalty.
Echoing Deeps.
Okay, Echoing Deeps discarded. Him to Turok discarded. Kozilek's Command. Yeah, this Pox deck isn't poxing much of anything right now. Kind of curious what kind of a hand Javier had. I mean, the, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get that the deck goes Dark Ritual Liliana, and that's what the deck does, but
Untap.
not doing a whole lot.
3 from the ring. 14.
So the Pokemon cards are Eldrazi Scions. Eldrazi Spawns, actually.
17. I will tick down on Karn to grab. the
Karn
Lattice.
ticks down. We're probably going to just see Lattice lock this up. Yeah. That is the game.
Mono black.
Oh yeah, go to town. Or was like, and then you Patriot game.
Dominic up a game. Wins game 1 against Pox. Looks like players getting ready for game 2. Bleeperino says Dom was a lot of fun to talk with this weekend. Yeah, Dominic's super cool. Syria says this is a tough matchup for Pox. This is what Twitch chat voted for. Tolerx says was EW at Bifrost. Yeah, EW was yeah. Thoughtseize is a good start to game 2. Hand is revealed. Cloudpost, Glimmerpost, Boseiju, Urza's Tower, Glacial Chasm, Swords to Plowshares, and a crop rotation chosen immediately. It is discarded. Twitch chat hoping for a Pox win here. Or at least one person is. I am too. I want to see some good games. Javier writing it all down. Cloudpost. Pass the turn.
Sure.
Okay, Mistress Factory, Dark Ritual. There's Liliana again. Liliana of the Veil will plus. Both players will discard.
You said you're taking up on it, right?
Yeah. Okay. This might be incorrect, but
What is that?
single.
Ooh, discarding Sinkhole? That can't be correct. That cannot be correct. All right, Glacial Chasm is discarded. I mean, I don't know what's in Javier's hand, but that seems wrong. Glimmer Post comes in. Another Mistress Factory. Doesn't have double black, though, right now. Cloudpost discarding Boseiju. Javier discarding Shieldred's Edict. Mistress Factory going to attack. And a Kozilek's Command.
I'm going to create one guy, and I'm going to exile your guy.
Kozilek's Command blows up a land. Haven't seen that one before. So one Eldrazi spawn for Dominic now. A Wet Possum says, I finally made it to a stream. Longtime YouTube channel enjoyer here. Thank you for being here. This is The Real Show. Glad people are enjoying over on YouTube. The One Ring. Draw a card. Sack the Eldrazi spawn for a mana. Urza's Tower. Pass a turn. All right. Javier Hellbent. Dominic will have to discard a card. It was... Oh, what was it? I didn't see. Pajuka Bog. Okay, yeah, that's not super relevant. All right, holding off on attacking with Mistress Factory because the One Ring protection. And draw 2 now. 2 counters now on the One Ring. It's a little hard to see the die on both. What's Liliana's loyalty right now? 6 loyalty for Liliana at the moment.
Second ring.
Yeah, you know what? When the rings travel, they like attract each other, I swear.
All right, another copy of the One Ring.
I've had them chained on me so many times.
Yeah, the One Ring just like flat out beats Liliana of the Veil in my mind. I don't see how Javier beats the One Ring with Liliana. At least as far as the discarding part. I mean, there's a chance we get to the high loyalty range. Land drop was Urborg. Castle Lochwain is up and running.
2,
More bounce spells.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 2, 5.
Yeah, it's possible that Dark Ritual Sinkhole would have been better than Liliana. Not sure, though. Here's Ulamog, the Cecil's Hunger, though. That seems really hard to beat.
Okay, targets.
Liliana and land. Yeah.
I'll activate it in response.
Sure.
All right, Castle Lochwain getting activated in response. At least we'll get to activate Castle Lochwain on today's live stream. But then Liliana and Castle Lochwain are exiled, and I don't really know how. I mean, obviously a Shieldred's Edict or something can kill Ulamog, but I don't know how Javier is going to win this game.
Annihilator?
No Annihilator.
So was Annihilator. Okay, cool.
It does make you exile 20 cards from your library.
Yeah, it's fine. The card's
Okay.
no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Which one's making the most mana for you right now?
Both of these make 3 each. If you hit one of them, it'll also make the other one only hit 2. So I would definitely go after.
So always hold on.
Sure.
Yeah, makes sense to waste a Cloudpost here. Dominic helping out a little bit with that decision.
Take 2
The other
for
land's
ring. I'm
not
at
super
17.
relevant. Both players at 17. Ulamal getting ready to attack.
This is draw 3.
1 ring.
3.
Draw 3. Planner Nexus. Uh-oh. Now the Urza's Tower is tapped for 3. Cloudpost taps for 3 again as well. So Dominic has a lot of mana.
I'm sorry. No, I know. It can be obnoxious.
You're talking a little bit about Modern Horizons in the previous match on today's stream. Planner Nexus, another great Modern Horizons card. I know it's not in Modern, but it's from that edition. Karn the Great Creator. It's going to minus. I think we're going to get Lattice. And Javier has scooped it. A win for Dominic. GG's. Cloudpost gets it. Cloudpost gets it. We'll keep things moving along. Drop another poll on the Twitch chat. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Your options will be Cloudpost versus Dimir Tempo, Cloudpost versus Golgari Depths, Lands versus Dimir Delver, Painter versus Lands, or Dimir Delver versus Esper Vial. 2 minutes. Get your vote in. Get your vote in. I'm going to vote on this one. I get one lousy vote. Boom. People will try to spend some channel points on this for sure. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in our Discord server. That's where we're all hanging out. Posting deck lists, posting mail days, posting spoilers, chatting about bans. Hey, Chris, what do you think about the ban announcement coming up? What are your thoughts? What should we ban? I wrote all about it in the VIP chat over the last 24 hours. If you're interested in my thoughts on post-Eternal Weekend ban possibilities and what we should do if it were all up to me and I had to decide alone, I wrote about it in the VIP chat. So there's that. Super interesting. 1 minute left on the poll. Twitch chat deciding which match we will watch next. Close poll so far. Yeah, Tolarark says, fair warning, the takes are unhinged. Exactly. Some people want the frog banned, and they just have been crying about it for months. Close vote. Let's take a look at the Bling channel. We haven't taken a look there today. Wow. What is going on here? Interesting stuff. Oh boy. Are those tournament legal? Very interesting. Dimir versus Esper Vial is up next. The Chandler Tron contributed 2,400 channel points. Thank you, Chandler Tron. Let's do it. Diving in.
That was hard for them to beat. And
Here I just had all my silver bullets. Good for me to cut? Yes.
Dave Kaplan on the left. Esper Vial. Being played by Matthew on the right. Urion revealed as a companion.
Sorry. I think the Grixis
Whenever I cast another creature spell, we'll make a 1/1 moisture.
Maybe I'm just like
and then this will resolve.
Okay, sounds like Matthew was on the play and has kept... Oh, no, sorry. Dave is on the play. Both players kept 7. Polluted Delta, Ponder. And we're off. Basic Island found by Kaplan. What is Teferi so mad about? Sava says, what did Dave play in Legacy at Eternal Weekend? I believe Dave Kaplan played this Dimir Delver deck, and Matthew also played an Eternal Weekend playing Esper Vial. So these decks are both posted in our Discord server, and probably on the Eternal Weekend page as well. He didn't? What did Dave play in Legacy? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So Dave Kaplan top 8'd the vintage champs and did not play Legacy. My mistake. Dave Kaplan did not play Legacy at Eternal Weekend. He played vintage and top 8'd. I forgot. All right. So Marsh Flats comes in, pass the turn. I believe Dave planned to play Legacy, but after top 8ing vintage, decided to skip Legacy at Eternal Weekend. It's a brainstorm resolving here.
Do you want to play this me on pink? On pink.
I want to see what happens.
I will tap 3 for a tap 4.
That is a basic Plains. Very nice one from Bloomborough. The Bloomborough lands underrated. These lands look exceptional. Looks like Dave's not making land drops. Yeah, we're going to discard. A fetch for Matthew before cleanup. Bilal just converted a prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the love today. Wet Possum says Bloomborough was a really fun set. I think Bloomborough was terrific. Big fan of Bloomborough. I hope we go back to that playing, the whole thing. I really like Bloomborough. And I didn't even play the limited. I heard the limited was great. But I just, opening up a few packs here and there, sifting through it. I'm just such a fan of Bloomborough. I think it was great. All right, a Fatal Push was discarded. We'll see if Dave regrets that later. This Esper Vial deck is pretty creature heavy. No creatures have been deployed yet, though.
And step, I'm going to try to flash in Felly.
Okay, flashing in Felia, Exuberant Shepherd on end step. Dave's going to have a read. Look at the text up on the screen. Sounds like people are laughing in the background, right? Sidorna says, I hope we stop going to Plains of Hats. I'm not sure what Sidorna is talking about.
Sure.
I just want to
Alright. None of you guys have trample. I have cameras, right? Except for Henry.
Shoot the Sheriff just discarded. Ouch. Wasteland. And impending Overlord of the Belmerk. This card is awesome.
Unless I draw something.
Oh my god, he is a combo.
Oh, right. Sure. Sacrifice the creature.
It's just been impended on all of us. It's number 1, says legacy players don't play with cards outside the 90s. Yes. And Toller Eric says, can't believe Dave could top 8 vintage but doesn't know what Felia does. Yeah, this is a thing you'll see with legacy players. They have no idea what's going on at all. So Felia attacks. Felia attacks. It will now blink Overlord, with which Dave has to read again. And, yeah, this is bad news for Dave.
Deal 2?
Yeah, the first mill from Overlord did not find any creatures, I believe. Great point by Firecracken. Unlikely we'll see the second one not. So now Overlord of the Belmark will mill again. Skyclave Apparition found this time. It will get returned. And now it's a 5/5 creature. It's no longer impending on anybody. Harry Houdini has arrived, asking, am I late? What a great time at EW. What's up, Harry Houdini? Dave Kaplan scoops game 1. Matthew up a game. Felia and Overlord of the Belmark. A pretty nice combo. A value engine of sorts. That was going to be really hard for Dave to beat, even with land drops, I think. So Urion revealed again. Dave will be on the play for game 2.
Land issues, even it out.
Harry Houdini says, met so many great people at EW. This community rocks. Glad to hear. Who met Harry Houdini, though? That's what I want to know. I don't care who Harry Houdini met. I care who managed to meet Harry Houdini. That's more exciting to me. Thoughtseize happening here. The hand is revealed. Vial, Fair Macabre, Gilded Drake, Teferi Time Raveler, Lorien revealed, Polluted Delta, and Marsh Flats. Gilded Drake, an interesting one.
We're playing regular commander.
You have to tap right now. Yeah, you would have to tap something else. Yeah, that shouldn't stop it.
Everyone involved in this dies. Okay.
Harry Houdini says, I had a few people recognize my name from here. It was pretty cool. Very awesome. Very awesome. All right, Aether Vial is discarded with the Thoughtseize. Good start to game 2 for Dave, I would say. Marsh Flats pass. Harry Houdini has gifted a sub. 136 now on the channel for Harry Houdini. Number 4 on our all-time gifter leaderboard. And 90s MTG viewers very familiar now with Harry Houdini MTG. One of our pillars, keeping this thing alive. We're helping.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't want to forget to mention, since we're talking about people gifting memberships and stuff, a bunch of you have signed up for our Patreon or hit join on our YouTube channel after I mentioned last week. We had a discussion on one of our last live streams about getting 90s MTG over to large events to do coverage and whatnot, and it really comes down to more memberships. That's just the reality. For this channel anyway. So thank you, everybody that signed up. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Some of you sign up when we're not live, and I don't get to thank you. Thank you to all of you. Delver of Secrets has hit the board. Very interesting. Marsh Flats gets correct.
Undercity Sewers?
Surveil. The Chandlertron says sat down across someone wearing 90s MTG sweater, was very jealous. Yeah, you know, those sweaters are comfy. That's awesome, though. There was some chat with some of my friends that came back from Eternal Weekend. Yeah, we saw 90s MTG hoodies and T-shirts at Eternal Weekend. I have not seen a single picture of anybody wearing one. So if you have a picture of somebody wearing 90s MTG gear at Eternal Weekend, or anywhere really, please post it in our Discord. Send it to me in a letter, something. I would like to see it. And I'll share it. So, Polluted Delta getting correct here.
Yeah, I'm sort of.
Undercity Sewers, Surveil. See if this Delver flips. Dom V says I was wearing a 90s MTG jock strap while playing. I'll send the pics over. Dom V is out of control.
Nope.
You top 8 Eternal Weekend one time and just completely out of control.
I'll take
Don't let it get to your head, Dom. Delver does not flip.
It feels bad.
Six cards in Matthew's hand. Delver looking sad and kind of pathetic on the board right now. Attacks for 1.
Yeah, one land and
Signorna says I talked to Force of Phil and Zach a bunch. Yep.
Even let's say move the text messages real quickly first. Attachment 6 inches. I don't know what that is. I'll worry about it. Did I get somebody back in the gym? Oh, Margoch was there for, yeah. Margoch was in that gym for like 20 days.
I had that happen recently. That was in Colorado.
Yeah.
And step off it.
Someplace.
All right, Dave just passes the turn. End step fetching with Flooded Strand. Maybe we're going to Surveil again. Or maybe we're going to see Felia. All right, Meticulous Archive. Surveil.
We were heading to, so we did a 2-week trip to New Zealand back in October.
What should be the sound effect for Surveil? What should that sound like?
Which is where the mountain that is Mountain Dew.
There was that arena sound effect for Surveil. I don't know if they still use it. I remember it from Thought Erasure. It was like, I don't know. I don't even know what that sound was. Describe sound. How does it make you feel? Harry Houdini says, is that a Delver? I thought they were extinct. Yeah, they basically are extinct, but I don't know. Left the card on top. That's interesting. Polluted Delta gets played. Impending Overlord of the Belmerk. We're going to read it again. Enchantment creature from Duskmourn with Impending. We'll get the text up on the screen.
I got
Yeah, it was like a Demir Fog sound, but it sounds like Arena doesn't have that anymore.
Sure.
The ETB of Overlord now happening. Witch Enchanter and Felia Exuberant Shepherd were milled. Most likely Felia will get chosen here. Yeah, Witch Enchanter not super relevant right now. So Felia is in hand. We saw how powerful Felia and Overlord are together in Game 1. Well, Dave's going to read Felia one more time. Felia able to blink the impending Overlord and just speed up the whole thing, turning it into a 5/5 creature, and then you get its ETB and attack triggers from that point forward rather than having to wait for impending to run out.
Same creature from last time.
Very nice foil Felia as well. Bling. This Delver needs to hurry up and flip, that's for sure.
Chest to you, end step trigger.
On your end step.
Okay, end step. The trigger for Overlord of the Belmark is on the stack. Dave thinking about making a play. Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, that'll deal a damage to Matthew. BR Chato, thank you for the sub with Prime. 12 months and a new badge. You did it. 1-year badge. Really appreciate it. Whenever people hit a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, I mean, some of people in the chat have up to 4 or 5 years of bad, 4 years in the chat. It hits me every time. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Brainstorm. On end step, it looks like.
Tap a mana and then I should run it here. That was a good game. Oh yeah, you were supposed to go off there, yes.
See your graveyard.
Just because trigger, what's your response to trigger?
Yeah. I'm gonna say let's see if they're also historical discard. That is sick of block.
Trying to figure out this brainstorm. Aware of Frelia in hand. Aware of, obviously, the Overlord of the Belmark on the board. Trying to figure out how to beat it. Delver trigger. Reanimate on top. Ooh, that's interesting. Reanimate could reanimate Witch Enchanter and try to kill Overlord.
This is not a creature until there's 0 counters on it. No, it's just an enchantment. You can kill it with Witch Enchanter if that's what you're
Okay, reanimate targeting Witch Enchanter is on the stack. Gonna try and blow up the Overlord of the Belmark before it gets out of hand. Yeah, Don V pointing out Matt does have a Fairy Macabre in hand right now. That's a great point. I forgot about that. We saw that like 2 hours ago. So Witch Enchanter is in. Dave has 5 power on the board. Solitude, pitching to Fairy.
Sure. Exile,
Okay, Insectile Aberration is removed. Dave will gain 3 life. And it looks like Bowmaster and Orc Army will get through for 2 damage. Dave's taking a look at the graveyard. Polluted Delta. Witch Enchanter, I believe, is a 2/2. It's a Warlock, so it's an Outlaw.
You putting it on reserve?
I'm just saying random stuff. All right, Psychic Frog. It's the frog, everybody. Oh, boy.
Cycle word reveal.
Island Cycle of Lorien revealed happening. Witch Enchanter, another card from Modern Horizons. I really like. I think the modal double face cards have been great for Magic. With land on one side, reducing the number of non-games just a little bit. And Witch Enchanter with a cool effect. Great addition to Legacy Taxes decks and Vial decks. You find it with Recruiter of the Guard. Really neat. All right. Passing back to Matthew, who has no creatures on the table. Gonna have to beat a Frog, a Bowmaster, and his own Witch Enchanter now. Gilded Drake. Oh boy. So we're gonna switch sides. Gilded Drake and Psychic Frog. Dave Kaplan gets the more expensive card, but arguably Matthew gets the more powerful card. Can someone buy me some Gilded Drakes? I want to play this deck. Oh, God. I don't want to buy it. I'd be all over Esper Vial if I had Gilded Drakes, for sure. Big fan of this deck. I don't know how clear that is, but I really like Esper Vial.
Age Macabre to Fairy.
You know these two. No, to Fairy.
Farah Macabre and Felia are the known cards in hand. Matthew helping out. The Modal double face cards made Belcher very strong in Modern. Yeah. I mean, there's always like, I guess, a side effect of like cool cards having kind of awkward interactions with weird older cards. It's just like a thing in larger formats. Like Goblin Char Belcher, like that card is just silly. Fatal Push on Psychic Frog. So it dies, goes to its owner's graveyard. But Gilded Drake and Felia are kind of a neat combo.
Hoping for was sort of a better sequencing achievement from the sorcery.
I'm going to play around Days here or flash in Felia?
Bleeding until we get back.
The goal is get the set.
Okay, Dave's still thinking about attacks. It'll just be Witch Enchanter and Gilded Drake, protecting the Bowmaster and Orc Army. No blocks. Okay. Murktide. Okay, not too bad. It's going to be awkward, though, if Felia blinks this Gilded Drake, though. 7/7 Murktide. Looks like Dave has no cards in hand.
Then we take out all the rares.
And step on the flash and Felia.
Before drafting.
Yep.
So congratulations.
JSN says best cards printed recently are the Surveil lands, made most decks more playable. Yeah, the Surveil lands were a great addition to Legacy. I joke about the surveilling a lot on the channel just because it's like takes time or whatever. But the Surveil lands were a great addition to Legacy. I'm a big fan. I hope they keep making lands like the Surveil lands that are Legacy power level. I personally felt like Legacy mana bases is just like, oh, I'm going to play Jeskai. So 4 Flooded Strand, 4 Scalding Tarn, 2 Tundra, 2 Volcan, whatever, right? I find it very boring. I like mana bases in other formats better where you're actually like, do I want Dark Slick Shores? Do I want Drowned Catacomb? Whatever. I think that's much more interesting. So, yeah. Recruiter of the Guard now. Gilded Drake. In exile, it'll come back. Solitude is found. Gilded Drake comes back. And we'll switch sides of the Murktide and the Gilded Drake. So, Gilded Drake doing its thing. That Murktide's going to be hard for Kaplan to beat with no cards in hand. AP, thank you for the resub, 38 months. I think Sarah Dibberfreet is much more interesting. A big take coming in.
Yeah. The life gain on the ground.
AP's been with us for a long time. Important member of our community for sure.
In my head, I'm like, oh, it's a point where he can pass Big Eldrazi, and then that's lots of Yeah.
Yeah.
1 card in Dave Kaplan's hand. Couldn't attack there with Murktide on defense. Esper Vial doing its thing. Felia. Another Felia. Dave's going to read it again. The Felia Gilded Drake machine is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Pass 2.
Okay, Fatal Push on Felia, it dies.
I mean, yeah, but you want it fair and square.
I think what he's saying is, I think he likes the idea of Cyber.
Nethergoyf, okay. I mean, given the current life totals, it's a little risky for Matthew to attack, I guess. But as time goes on, especially if Matthew can make a 5th land drop, this Solitude is going to be interesting. Also, if Recruiter can be blinked. Oh, well, another Recruiter gets played, and that's probably really bad news for Dave. Flicker Wisp is found.
Honestly, this
Pass 2.
so hopeful for the card. So have the board go up. If I saw that overrun, I would tell myself that there was a way to redo.
Looks like Nethergoyf has 3 power right now. has to figure out a way to get rid of this Gilded Drake. I mean, should Gilded Drake just be attacking so that it has to die? I don't know. Well, looks like we're swinging with everybody. Maybe Dave should just been. Should Dave just have been attacking the past few turns with Gilded Drake, forcing Matthew to kill it? I don't know. This game is hard.
Block here, the Nethergoyf, and the Gilded Drake.
Okay, Gilded Drake is getting blocked by Murktide. The two recruiters will block and trade with the Orc army and chump block Nethergoyf. Matthew takes 2, goes to 6. Heavy Metal says was just watching previous 90s MTG on YouTube and thought, wait, it's Wednesday, should just go watch the live stream. Good job. We are live. This is the real show. Thank you for being here. So a Bog, and then Flicker Wisp. Gonna flicker the Witch Enchanter. Comes back under its owner's control. Nothing for it to target, but takes an attacker away from Kaplan. Maybe thinking about sending in Murktide. Holding Solitude, Unknown card, and Ferromacabre. Yep. Murktide coming in. It could tell us that the other card in hand is white.
What is functional?
Testy.
Draw.
Needs to kill this Murktide.
They'll stay in exile. That's cool. That's on me. I missed it.
Okay, players are in agreement that Witch Enchanter coming back was missed. This is a top 4 match from the recent Game Story at 1K. So this is competitive REL, and the winner will move on to the finals. There are 3 dual lands on the line here, so the Witch Enchanter coming back being missed was held up. Solitude pitching Lavinia. Azorius Renegade. Nethergoyf will be exiled. Gains Kaplan some life. Some valuable life points, really. Flickerless offering a trade with Bowmaster. That will happen. Another Nethergoyf. Okay. Passing the turn after that.
You need something that's not going to work before that. You need to be like powerful enough. No more coordination.
Move comment.
My first one was
10 for 7.
so impactful.
Attacking for 7, getting attacked by his own Murktide here, dropping to 5. Bit savage. Attack your opponent with their own 7/7 Murktide that they work so hard to get on the table. Ferromacabre remains in hand. Could protect Matthew against a top deck Reanimate. Crack included Delta. Opposition Agent getting flashed in? Oh boy. Ouch. The last unknown card in hand was Opposition Agent.
And I believe I get to look at your hand because I'm controlling your actions.
The last card in hand for Dave was Daze.
So,
That wasn't Bajuka Bog, it was Boggart Bog, so it's Boggart Trawler on the other side, which has the Bajuka Bog ability. It's a modal double face card from Modern Horizons 3. Point being, it didn't do anything to any graveyard at this point. That is the match. Matthew got it. Moved on to the finals. The finals match is up on our YouTube channel for you to go watch. GG's. GG's. AP says MH3 has been a disaster for lore. Okay, big complaints coming in. Important stuff. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat, shall we? Which match next? Your options will be, trying to keep this moving along, get as many matches in today as we can. Cloudpost versus Golgari Depths. Cloudpost versus Dimir Tempo. Reanimator versus Breakfast. Lands versus Dimir Delver. Or Sultai Beanstalk versus Reanimator. Two minutes. Get your vote in. Harry Houdini with a great question. No Eldrazi players in NYC. So we do have a few Eldrazi players here and there, but it's not like how would you say it? It's not as popular as maybe it is on MTGO, let's say. There also are no Mystic Forge players in NYC, and excuse me, I was talking about this a little bit in our Discord chat yesterday. Discord up on your screen. That's probably not going to change. Mystic Forge could be actually the best deck in Legacy. It could be. And I don't think we're going to see it at the NYC locals. That's just the weird thing about Legacy. Yeah, there are a few Eldrazi players for sure, but it's like I could go to a couple of events and never play against it, I would say. I don't even remember. I personally have not played against Eldrazi in Legacy in a while. Maybe... Oh, wait, I think I played against it last week, actually. Actually, I just remembered. But still, it's not that common. It's not that common. Harry Houdini says, the guy that won EW is from my area. That's very interesting. About 30 seconds left on the poll. Get your vote in. Get your vote in. Toronto. Cool, very cool. I've never been to Toronto. Heard nice things. Almost out of time on this poll. Last minute votes are coming in. And the poll has been decided. It's Kama contributed 1,400 channel points. Blue-Black Reanimator versus Breakfast is up next. Let's set it up. Let's set this up. Diving in. John on the left. Crap. John is on the right. John is on the right with Reanimator. And on the left, we have Yosef with Breakfast. Getting ready to go.
Like okay. Grab a. I'd rather play program that I
Okay, I'm mulligan to 6 for John. Yosef has kept 7. Basic Island. Shuko. Pass the turn.
Is it one of the old dragons? Oh, yeah.
We just start.
It feels like in millions of tax drops.
Okay, Shuko resolves. Wasteland. Could be a way to deal with a duel, but it also could be a way to deal with Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga making constructs is a bit of a backup plan for breakfast. Scalding Tarn.
I will try to cast
Cephalid Illusionist is on the stack. Force Pitching Daze. Cephalid Illusionist is countered. Pass a turn. Close call. Cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm.
Yep.
You forgot to play your second land. So you forgot to play your second land. No, I meant for turn.
Oh, you. Oh, right. I see. I see.
You can play it now if you want.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Okay, Swamp Cycling has happened. Close call there with Cephalid Illusionist and Shuko being a combo. Animate Dead. It's most likely targeting Troll. I can't imagine we're reanimating Cephalid Illusionist, right? Animate Dead on the stack. Troll of Khazad-dûm is in. 5 power. There's another Cephalid Illusionist in hand for Yosef. That's scary. Let's see what happens here. Misty Rainforest. This is Nadu Breakfast. Yeah, this is a Nadu deck. It's a tropical island. Troll of Khazad-dûm, obviously a very fast clock. But is it faster than Breakfast can combo? I guess we're about to find out. Cephalid Illusionist on the stack. Force Pitching Daze again. John has managed to disrupt so far. Ponder. Oh crap, my mouse just died. That's a first.
And I'll just play another shooter.
Do you only pay it when it comes into play?
Oh, 5, right?
No, when it comes in.
All right, Troll of Khazad-dûm gets in for 5.
No, casting. That's better.
You captive ponder?
Yeah.
Okay, Wasteland on the Trop. That could cut Nadu off, potentially. There's a Saga. Okay. Backup plan. Could be getting up and running. Teferi Time Raveler. It's going to resolve. Could bounce the Troll, and it's pretty big.
I think that's
Unless it's a freezing
Undercity Sewer, Surveil.
You have to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was feeling that game. I was like, wait.
Yeah, it's him. With the sack on the stack. So you'll sack that.
That particular situation.
Oh, well, the Undercity Sewer went to hand, so not surveilling yet. Gonna do it now. Surveil.
So it wouldn't have triggered off.
Cool. Untap?
Yeah.
Urza Saga ticks up to 2. Teferi ticks up to 2. Yosef could potentially start pumping out some constructs. Ponder.
Untap, I will pay for
The first one was all headshot. Your response to the second one.
Deep Spectre is a copy.
Sure.
Nope, yeah. Flush Portico. It's a surveil. I disagree. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
There it is, everybody. The frog.
Sure. Make a construct.
I'll keep it on top. Okay.
All right, a construct has been made. Technically, it doesn't get equipped right away, but it will get equipped by Shuko. Urza Saga's reached Chapter 3. Gonna make another construct. And then search. Could potentially find another Shuko. Unlikely we'll see a needle on Frog. Yep, there's Shuko.
So aggressive.
Aggro.
Aggressive. Aggressive.
It does.
It's a 4/4. 4/4.
Equip. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 power construct. 6/4. With 2 Shukos equipped.
Up to, so I don't forget. 6.
12.
No blocks. Move the equipment over to the other guy. Makes sense. Nomads and Core. Pass the turn.
Okay, you got it. Sorry, just. Yep.
All right. 3 cards exile from the yard. Gonna give the frog flying.
Oh, you didn't have to
Reanimate.
You got it.
Discarding Archon of Cruelty to the Psychic Frog. John may be deciding to whether or not to kill Teferi, but Teferi will just go down to 1. John will draw a card. Didn't want to discard any of the cards left in hand. Archon of Cruelty could be pretty big here. With both Nomads and Core and Shuko on the table, a Nadu or Cephalid Illusionist could be big trouble. Fatal push on the Nomads and Core. He dies. Fatal push on the Construct. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, you draw a card with Psychic Frog if you hit a Planeswalker.
Oh no, but I saw
Force of Will protects the Construct. Uh-oh.
I discarded a card.
Yeah, the only one that you didn't.
Could be a pretty big attack coming in here. Reanimate, kind of shut off at this point. We'll swing with 2 5-power constructs.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then +1, so 5, 6, 10.
John will drop down to 2. Nomads and Core, plus Teferi, pass.
I know. That's why I asked.
Play race then?
7, 6 lands, and I'll touch it.
Thinking about jumping this frog. One card in Yosef's hand. The Urza Saga backup plan appears to be working so far. Attacking with the frog, it has flying. It's fairy down, draw a card. That's a brainstorm. John trying to figure out how to get these constructs out of the way. Is an animate dead on Archon of Cruelty enough? Doesn't seem like it. This is close. But I think Yosef has this one.
I figured, like, I knew you were going to be playing, like, Tainted Pact, so I know what's, like,
Removal is not, I mean, unless there's 2 removal spells, not going to do it. Yeah, the Shukos means that even Nomads and Core could get equipped and have 3 power.
Just phased out. It'll phase back in at the beginning. Yeah.
Ponder.
Yeah.
Ponder Shuffle. John needs... Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go game I didn't do before.
All right, now I'll brainstorm. We're still looking. Found a Thoughtseize, and game 1 goes to Yosef. Moving on to game 2. We're shuffling up here for game 2. John will be on the play. Very interesting cutting techniques happening. Dr. Pepper, thank you for the resub with Prime. 9 months. That's a new badge. Appreciate that.
Actually, you know the only game I really
I'll try it.
I'm not sure when I didn't play it.
Yeah, some people in the chat calling for a Shuko ban. AP kind of leading that. Blue to Delta. Ponder. Offer Underground C. Legacy Hype says we need a hate card against combo in the next set. Only combo I feel is playable. Yeah, I've talked about, well, really for a long time now, actually, the need in Legacy, and I know they don't design new cards necessarily for Legacy, but what Legacy needs, I feel, is more hate against shuffling, more hate against cantripping, and better disruption against combos like Breakfast, against combos like Painter, against combos like Doomsday, and so on. That's Oracle combos. Psychic Frog. And if I were tasked with designing new Magic cards that affect Legacy in a positive way, that would be my game plan to try and turn up the dial for disruption on those specific things. We're coming up, and Carnforge, yeah, the One Ring. We're coming up on the end of 2024 now. We've had a... That's a Swords to Plowshares on Psychic Frog. We've had a less than an ideal year for Legacy, I feel. But at the same time, contradicting that feeling, we had a record-breaking, as far as I know, attendance for Legacy champs at Eternal Weekend. In the New York City, this is like so anecdotal and such a small sample size thing, but New York City Legacy events have more players than probably ever before since I've been playing Legacy. The excitement for this format is very real. It's out there. There are a lot of people that want to play. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are like, what about Beanstalk? What about Sticker Goblin? What about Grief? What about Frog? What about Nadu all year long and complaining? It just never ends. It's perpetual. I've said this so many times on stream. They will never be happy. They're unwilling or unable to be satisfied. But there's like this conflict inside of me now where there's like, was it a good year or a bad year or a medium year for Legacy? I think it was actually a good year. Like when I think about attendance, it's been pretty good. For what I see with my own eyes in person and Eternal Weekend. There's a Thought Season resolving right now. Surgical, Nomads and Core, Force of Will to Fairy. And I'm kind of looking forward to how Legacy evolves into 2025. There's this new Universes Beyond and Standard thing going on. They're going to be putting out more Universes Beyond Commander products like Warhammer and Doctor Who and Fallout were, which did not make a big impact on Legacy. There were not many of those cards. I think there was like one Toxicrene in top 8, and that was it from the Commander Universes Beyond stuff, if I remember correctly. And then there were like a few Lord of the Rings cards here and there, but Universes Beyond, not a big part of Legacy right now. It feels like. This may be more emotional than data-based. I don't know. Thinking about this Thoughtseize still. Looks like we're focusing, zooming in. All right, so. Okay, so taken Teferi Time Raveler. Teferi is taken. Some changes to the ban list are likely going to happen. I know there's like people that are feeling like, oh, but look at the data from Eternal Weekend. There was, you know, the breakout deck Karn Forge, and there's this and that win rate for whatever decks, and we all had it wrong. Psychic Frog actually isn't a problem. The whole thing, like there's such a variety of opinions on this, but most likely we'll see a change. And I'm kind of looking forward to 2025, seeing what happens. So I'm feeling pretty good about Legacy right now. Mike, thank you for the resale with Prime. 21 months and a spinning bagel. Blick says Lord of the Rings had the One Ring and had Bowmaster decent cards. Yeah, they were decent cards, absolutely. Legacy staples for sure.
Who's killing me?
I just didn't think it was going to be this
Savannah for Yosef, who's up a game here. Combo is available. At any time, given the amount of lands on the board. I don't know if that it's in hand, but we have enough mana to combo, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, wow.
Once Breakfast hits that 3 mana range, it gets a little dangerous. I'm sure John is prepared. Knew about a Force of Will in hand. Teferi Time Raveler was taken. It could mean that John has interaction that Teferi would have stopped. Surgical.
One and one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of slow.
I did it a few times. It was just like.
You didn't do it? No?
I didn't really like it.
Oh, it feels so good.
I guess we'll just like you draw openers, but like.
Okay, Surgical on Brainstorm. In John's graveyard. Maybe we'll get to see John's hand.
4 cards?
One on. Right. Yeah.
Which you run, right?
No. Not ever mind. No. There's just no room for it.
Sounds like you need more lands.
Yeah.
Just a lot. I picked up the
But post Eternal Weekend, looking at social media platforms like Reddit and whatever, the and Discord as well. In the 90s MTG Discord, this discussion has been ongoing. Is Legacy healthy right now? Maybe there's a chance if you look at the numbers, it is by reasonable standards healthy-ish, but I think people are not necessarily enjoying the gameplay as much as they could be. There's a Force of Will pitching days on this Surgical right now. Surgical has been placed into the graveyard, but it's still in the stack. Surgical is targeting Brainstorm in John's graveyard. John's trying to protect that Brainstorm.
Sure.
Okay, Surgical is countered. Nadu.
No, I have a Fanatic.
Do you mind if I look at that?
Okay, John says I have a Fanatic on top of the deck. So maybe that's why we did not want Surgical to resolve. Interesting.
So awkward. Because now if I play this, I can't do this. So I'm supposed to let that resolve. And then, oh, it's so bad.
So now it looks like John is thinking about what to do on draw step with this. I believe John has announced that there's a Metamorphosis Fanatic on top. Taking a look. It must be. Just going to draw it, not reveal it as a miracle. Maybe John recognizing that we have to kill Nadu here. Gonna waste Savannah. That's not that exciting. Fatal Push. Revolt is on. Brainstorm gets put into hand. So Nadu killed. Swamp Cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. This game is not from Monday, no.
But it's okay.
It's from a Monday, possibly.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I saw that.
So passing it back to Yosef, plays a Flooded Strand.
Did not see any
You played Flooded Strand last time?
deafening silence to begin with.
Okay, well, that was
Yeah, because that was my first one. Would have been better.
Okay, finds a tropical island. Nadu mana again. And another Nadu creature again.
My one out is like, there's some kind of draw line that I think it's also Bowmaster, but it was probably real far.
These are things that are not thought about. Crop rotation into land and plow.
Nomads and Core. Attack with Nadu. Now Nadu does its thing here with the Nomad. Soulguy Lantern to hand. Tundra to play. Memory's Journey to hand. Brazen Borrower to hand. It's a lot. Soulguy Lantern gets played.
beat down so many mana sources that it's hard to. Got to play out things, especially because you play them. Yeah. It is camera. Yeah. It all it does is really slow you down. Yeah. Just another one. Yeah,
Doing like a
actually, this deck is only running 40 because of the white slash.
doing anything December 15th? Think about it.
So I brazen ball around.
I'm running the white for.
Oh, I should go.
I don't know what.
Make it a little bit more against some other decks.
Okay, that card drawn was off Ponder. Guess that needed to happen. Doing the Nadu triggers now. Before it resolves, gonna Fatal Push Nomads and Core. Okay, so doing another Nadu trigger in response to that. Well, the Fatal Push triggers Nadu.
There's like a cycle, right?
Force pitching Brainstorm on the Fatal Push. Fatal Push is countered.
We'll see what happens. Are you going to Eternal Weekends? Oh, Jesus.
Hedge Maze Surveil. Nadu has survived a Fatal Push. Shuko goes into the graveyard. Nomads and Core goes to hand. That was the last Nadu trigger from before the Fatal Push, I believe. Still on the stack. Urza's Saga. Not looking good for John here. Gonna activate Nadu. Activate Nomads and Core again. Another Urza Saga comes in. Another Urza Saga comes in. I believe there's one more available. Swords to Plowshares to hand. Wait, was that too many triggers? I kind of lost track. All right, Nomads and Core. Cavern of Souls comes in. Tundra comes in. Now I'll Ponder. Ponder Shuffle. Yeah, John definitely getting buried in card advantage here. It's not over yet, but it's pretty close. Mike says I'm on the Nadu bandwagon right now. We don't need this. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. It really, if I'm being honest, it takes a lot for me to want to ban a card from any format that I play. Nadu is over the line for me, for sure. I mean, if the ban announcement comes up and they only ban Nadu, I personally would just be like relieved, and I would move on. I know there's a lot of talk about the Frog. There's a lot of talk about Vexing Bauble, but if the decision was made just Nadu, I'd be like, cool. I'm good. That is by far my least favorite card getting played a lot in Legacy right now. Misty Rainforest gets cracked. I've been Erupticang and Swordsing Frogs the whole time. So I'm good. Oh, is there an Alchemy Nadu now? I didn't see that. I gotta look that up. I'm curious what they made the ability.
Yeah.
If someone has a chance, definitely link to the Arena Nadu in the chat. I would love to take a look at that. It's 2 triggers total a turn. Oh, that's excellent then.
Yeah, so like, there was no like awful fish.
Yeah. So the alchemy Nadu on arena only triggers twice each turn. So that's a nice fix. I like that. Say what you want about alchemy, but being able to fix cards like that is great.
It's just possible.
All right, John scoops it up. Nadu put Yosef way ahead on cards. GG's. Yosef gets it. I'm going to set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Keep things moving along. Which match next? It's up to you, folks. It's up to you. Your options. Cloudpost versus Demir Tempo. Maverick versus Painter. Cloudpost versus Painter. Lands versus Demir Delver. Or Cloudpost versus Turbo Depths. 2 minutes. Get your vote in. Yeah, there are no Shuko or Encores on Arena as well, which is kind of nice. Still was a problem in Brawl. Yeah, I haven't checked out Brawl in a while. I don't really know what goes on there. All right, votes are coming in. People will be spending their channel points on this poll for sure. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. We also have a Patreon. Links are all over the place for that. We have a merch shop. Links are all over the place for that. Go check that out. Close vote right now. About a minute left on the poll. Lots of Eternal Weekend hauls getting posted. Almost out of time. Maverick versus Painter. Sava contributed 2,000 channel points. Let's do it. Let's set this up. Diving in.
But I can't promise this. Then I can't let it. We'll keep it PG. Shit slip up.
All right. On the left side of your screen, on Painter, we have Nick. And on the right, we have Maverick. That would be Mike.
Magic on a Friday. Man.
Friday Magic.
Friday Magic.
All right, looks like Mike has taken a mulligan. Couch says, I've been playing Control and Timeless. It's really fun. Yeah, with Pioneer Masters dropping soon, I'm thinking about getting some Timeless games in again. It's been a while since I played. Yeah, good old Maverick Mike. There we go. Mike says, might want to mute the game audio for this one. Uh-oh. We'll see.
Come on. Get him.
Good luck.
4. 5, 6, 7. Upside down.
Looks like a mulligan to 5 happening here. Yep, 2 cards going on the bottom.
All right. Mountain.
Yep.
Vexing Bauble.
That resolves.
Load it.
Okay, Ancient Tomb to start the game for Nick. Painter Servant. There it is. Painter Servant resolves. The color chosen will be blue.
Lotus Petal.
That's good.
Why blue? Pyroblast and Red Blast now can blow up anything, counter anything. It's a pretty neat thing that the Painter deck can do. Basic Forest, Noble Hierarch. Good start from Mike. All players with good starts. City of Traders. Karn. Okay. Pretty good.
I'll take it down.
Karn will minus. What do we want here? The Painter decks tend to not have like a complete Karn the Great Creator sideboard where they just have like, a bunch of ones of like all relevant artifacts. So we might see just a liquid metal coating or something like that here.
I did not sideboard for my last.
The One Ring. Okay. Okay. Well, the One Ring is selected. Attacking with Painter. Yeah, no playmat for Nick. Absolute madman for sure.
All right, done?
Yep.
Drop. All right. We're going to go Caracas. I'm going to sword your Goblin. You're at 21.
Have to grab something.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. He's on both of them.
Oh yeah, I'm on both of them. I'll put in the Cameo.
Cameo's got it. Cameo is not good.
That's good.
Okay, basic planes. We need to see some big plays here from Maverick. Knight of the Reliquary is a big one. Pass a turn. Nothing to really disrupt Painter Grindstone combo yet. Usually from the Maverick decks, you'll see Collector Roof in the main, Outland Liberator in the main, Endurance in the main. Endurance could help against the combo. Here's Pithing Needle.
Floating, I'll cast Pithing Needle.
I'll play a Volcanic Island and
in the turn.
I'll leave that
Okay, the Knight of the Reliquary is named. That makes a lot of sense. Knight is shut off. 1 colorless mana floating for Nick.
Make a construct.
Okay.
And Vexing Bauble. That shuts off Endurance, I guess. At least with Evoke. City of Traders goes away after Basic Mountains gets dropped. And Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So Nick's board is developing kind of nicely here. There's the Goblin Shaman token. Very nice. Dedication right there. No die on the Fable yet. We're going to issue a ticket for that. There's a 10-second rule on that. All right, it has a die now. So Mike needs to figure out a way to disrupt a little bit better here. Needs to figure out a way to attack Karn here. Noble Hierarch could add to Knight's power and toughness by 1, but only 1 land in the graveyard right now. So kind of a sad Knight.
Yeah.
Attacking for 4. Oh, attacking Nick. Oh, okay. Yeah, attacking Karn. Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't really make sense.
It is 0.
Gotta kill Karn.
I'll block with the Shaman.
You can ask.
All right, Goblin Shaman throws itself in front. Talia, Guardian of Thraben. It's something, I guess.
Actually have the number 0 or 1 in the corner.
For an artifact, and then it costs 0.
It has to literally cost 0 like in the corner.
Really?
For real.
Okay, so Nick answering judge calls and playing. Mother of Runes. It's not too bad. Card to watch out for from these painter decks too, I know because I've been playing Maverick a lot recently, is Fury. Fury is just so mean. Discards a basic mountain to chapter 2 on Fable. What's up next?
No, but you can get any artifact. That's
I can get
1 or
any.
0.
It's 1 or 0. Okay.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
you can get like Lotus Petal if you want.
Thank you.
That's even better. There you go.
My bolt mom.
We'll do that.
Lightning Bolt on Mother of Runes, floating a colorless mana. Mother of Runes dies.
I've never tried to do it before. That's why I was wondering, like, oh.
Just gonna sack Vexing Bauble. Doesn't need that anymore, I guess. Lotus Petal. Cost 1, yeah.
You're good. Go ahead.
Let's take up Karn.
Attack for 4?
One will attack.
Alright, I'll take 4. I'm at 16.
Okay, Karn the Great Creator has 2 loyalty. Pass a turn. Well, there's a chance Karn might not survive this turn. Fable of the Mirror Breaker on 2. Painter unlikely to jump block. Well, I guess Nick will have to decide between Painter and Karn if Knight attacks Karn. A Noble Hierarch attacking Karn now.
Yeah.
So I did not play a land this turn?
No.
Yeah, the hierarchy. Second for 1.
Now you can go.
Alright.
If that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Attacking Karn for 5.
This one is.
I've already had a couple beers.
No, you're totally good.
It's either Karn or Painter, it looks like right now. If there was a Red Blast or Power Blast in hand, it probably would have been fired off on Knight. Can't do it now because of Talia.
It's a 4/4 plus double.
Unless there's like a Simian Spirit Guide or something, but still it feels like that would have been taken care of already. Alright, Karn dies.
4. 4. 4.
Dave Kaplan asking, is Talia attacks plus crack bauble 5 total mana? Not really sure what you're referring to. Alright, Great Furnace comes in. Reflections of Kiki Jiki on the board now. Here's the 1 ring, which we knew about. Cost 5. Draw a card. I probably missed something related to mana cost that Dave is pointing out. Maybe there wasn't the right amount of mana paid last turn. I don't know. So under the protection of the 1 ring for this turn, Reflections of Kiki Jiki, as all of you know, is a scary card.
And your turn on the switch.
There was a City of Traders on the board last turn, though, right? The City of Traders, was that last turn? I don't remember. Lush Portico, Serval.
Thank you. I'm going to get a Tundra and Source Plowshares, your other contract. You'll be going to... cards? Yep.
I didn't notice any errors with tapping the mana, but the YouTube commenters will be rewinding, fast-forwarding, gleaning through this match looking for errors. So we'll see. We'll see.
Plus this.
They don't miss a thing.
Play a Mistrust Factory.
You got it.
And...
Looks like the Knight's coming in. Oh, no, wait, no. Forgot about the needle on Knight for a moment there. The Knight is shut off by Pithing Needle.
Goes away. Yep. Cannot grab a land. Cannot grab but then we can do that. Expedition Matt, you got it.
No.
Okay, Birds of Paradise, pass the turn.
Send it to Ferry.
So no attacks there. Interesting.
Plowshares.
You got it. Sure.
The one that's
1, 2, 3.
There was protection from the one ring, so it didn't really make sense to attack, to be clear. La Park, thank you for the resub. 12 months. Been a while. Welcome back.
7.
You want to cut that? It won't matter.
Yeah.
Take 2. Sacrifice this.
Goblin Engineer. 1 colorless mana floating. Goblin Engineer, with Reflections of Kiki Jiki on the table, could do some mean things here. Looks like Ensnaring Bridge was put into the graveyard.
Yeah.
Right now it is.
Yeah. GG's.
Okay. So, Mike scoops it up. Moving on to game 2. Painter up a game.
Or use the map.
Well, the map, take it to your hand.
Expedition match.
So now Maverick Mike will be on the play here in game 2. Maybe Nick is or has taken a mulligan. Yep, 1 card on the bottom, it looks like. 2 cards on the bottom. 6 cards on the bottom. A mull to 1. Let's see. All right, 2 cards on the bottom. Mull to 5 for Nick. No playmat makes it hard to pick up the deck, and we're ready to go. Mike will start us off.
I will
I'm ready.
draw a card with the clue.
Yes.
Okay, Once Upon a Time, great way to start a game. If you've been watching our live streams for a while, you were aware I am a fan of this card. I've been playing a lot of Once Upon a Times in Legacy for the past couple of years. Maybe just the past year. I don't know. Birds of Paradise is found. Potentially a great start to this game. Windswept Heath gets cracked. And the Birds of Paradise will be cast past the turn. Most likely looking for a basic here. I can't imagine Mike will leave himself vulnerable to Blood Moon effects. Great Furnace, past the turn.
Pass. Drop. I will prismatic ending your vexing bobble.
I will, in response, use the Vexing Bobble.
You got it. Then I will prismatic ending your grindstone.
Grindstone gone.
Then I will.
Okay, Windswept Heath gets cracked here by Mike. Hoping to see if you're a Maverick fan like me and you're cheering for Maverick Mike here, you might be hoping to see Collector Roof show up in this game. Outland Liberator show up in this game. Maybe Rampaging Yaoguai could show up. Who knows? Knight of the Reliquary comes in.
No, it would be.
Go ahead.
Cast Tendril by Hail
Drop. I will plus Tammy with it.
Ancient Tomb, Painter.
Play.
Okay, naming blue. A Power Blast or Red Blast can now blow up the Knight, which is scary. Could also see plays later on, like drop a Blood Moon. Okay, well, pitching a Magus of the Moon to Fury right now and try and eliminate Knight of the Reliquary. That is successful. What I was going to say was a Moon effect and then Pyroblast to blow up the basic lands could be a problem. Pyroblast on Greensun Zenith. It's countered. It's blue.
20. 5.
There's a Saga. Okay. Attacking with Painter. Urza Saga starting to pump out constructs could be a problem.
No, she's not 1.
She's at 1. Oh yeah. 5, 5.
Metawatt says, good afternoon. Been a long while since I've been in this chat room. Welcome. Make sure you post your ASL.
Well, let's see. Let's.
All right, swords. Actually, don't. Just don't do that, please. All right, swords on Painter. And, yeah.
Sold. So this is going to make it so that every spell...
Ooh, Gaddock Teague. All right. All right. I'm a fan. Saga ticks up to 2. Basic Mountain. Yeah, ASL is for aim. ASL is for aim. Not for Twitch chat. Wasteland on Saga. Gonna most likely make a construct here. The wrong construct token will be used, and Urza Saga dies.
1, yes. Removing a standstill. You got it. I'll make a 5.
Wow, somebody's laughing. All right, Noble Hierarch and Gaddock Teague will attack. Mother of Runes.
Soul Guy Lantern?
Targeting. Grinding.
You would have to target.
Yes. Well, 1, 2.
Are they share colors? I repeat.
Okay, Soul Guy Lantern, thinking about what to exile here. Probably not super important, but occasionally you'll see like Ramanop Excavator or something. So Wasteland takes it away. Maverick Mike's deck is just Celestia. There's no black or red cards in here. Ensnaring Bridge, okay. That's pretty annoying. Nick is hellbent, so nothing will be able to attack except for Noble Hierarch and technically birds, I guess. Attacking with birds. 1 damage comes in. Collect a roof. All right. We're doing it.
Stone. And drop.
Soul Guide Lantern adding to the count for this construct, which is now a 3/3. But Ensnaring Bridge will prevent an attack. Birds of Paradise, kind of cool here because it has 0 power and it has flying, so it can continue attacking through the Ensnaring Bridge. And thanks to Exalted, it will deal a damage. What did Nick draw? Is that an Abrade? Oh, the contract's a 4/4. My mistake. Good catch. All right, Birds of Paradise attacks. Uh-oh.
And then I will Force of Will, removing Worm Revealed. I'll go down to 3, and then make a 5/5. You got it.
3 mana. Abrade. Great Furnace can't be tapped for mana right now. Abrading the Birds of Paradise. And okay, Mother Rune's used. I don't know if I like that one. Goblin Engineer. Okay. Could potentially find Chaos Defiler and start dealing with some problematic permanents.
I will then. I'm gonna minus Tamio. You got it. To get back Prismatic Ending. To get back. Hold on. What? How are you minusing her? So I'm using a -3 ability. Okay. To return target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay, people learning how Tamio works in the background. What will Goblin Engineer find? Pithing Needle. Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe there's no Chaos Defiler in the deck.
From your graveyard? I return Prismatic Ending. From your graveyard, yeah. No.
The one floating, I'll draw a card.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'll exile that.
I'll pass.
Yep. Soul Guide Lantern is shut off. Swords on end step on the Goblin Engineer. Goblin Engineer down. Go back to Mike's turn. Collector Roof's pretty good here. Birds of Paradise plus Exalted pretty good here. Attack for 1 again. Nick drops to 8.
So, there we go. Remove that and,
Ancient Tombs are risky now. They're lowering the clock quite a bit. A Outland Liberator could potentially end the game by blowing up Ensnaring Bridge. Lush Portico, Surveil.
Yep. I want to.
Plus this and go, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
If it's just going to be Birds of Paradise attacking, though, Nick has some time to like play a Painter, then play a Red Blast or something like that. But Mother of Runes protecting everything. I don't know. Disruptor Flute surveilled into the graveyard. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need that right now. Attacking for 1.
Shit, I gotta use that. 8.
Yeah. Round 1, I lost 3.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
Okay, Kasali Pride Mage. Now Birds of Paradise attacks for 2. And potentially, we could blow up Bridge at some point.
It's fine.
Is this a missed opportunity here to attack for lethal? No, it's not. Collector Roof and Gadok Teague only present 4 power, but next turn, Nick could be in trouble.
At the end of turn? No.
Looks like Nick is holding Bolt and a Breed.
This is the end of my turn, where you're sacrificing something.
No, but you wouldn't draw.
Wasteland on an Ancient Tomb. Attacking with the Birds of Paradise only. Just passing the turn. Being very patient with this Pride Mage. The Ancient Tomb's going to really hurt to activate.
Like, so the end of your turn.
No, this is the end of your turn.
Yes, the end of the turn.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to game 3. Collect Roof. Shuffling up here for game 3. Nick will be on the play. This matchup feels pretty close. Both decks have pretty good tools to beat the other. Collector Roof, as we saw in game 2, could potentially be an MVP. Let's see what we got.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, both players have kept 7. We are ready to go. Let's have a good game 3. Painter. There it is. Naming blue again. Most likely. No, naming red. Okay. Okay, that could mean we want to pitch some cards to Fury. Fury is such a beating against Maverick. It really is. Green Sun X is 0. It's going to resolve. There's Dryad Arbor. It is the only X is 0 target for Green Sun Zenith at this point. Poor Dryad Arbor all alone. Fury pitching Painter. Gonna kill Dryad Arbor. Okay, that's quite aggressive. Could have waited to get more out of that Fury, but we'll see how that works out. That was pretty aggressive. But I'm skeptical so far. Windswept Heath gets cracked. What do you think about that, chat? What do you think about that, YouTube comments? Could that be worth it? It's possible there's another Fury in hand. Seems wrong. I think I agree. At least wait for one more creature to kill. That's a lot of resources dumped into killing a Dryad Arbor. Prismatic ending on the Painter, and now
Do you know something's wrong when you're cutting standstill?
passing to Nick, who plays a Karn. Yeah, Harry Houdini says seems too aggressive. I'm with you. I'm with you. Did not like that Fury play that much. I tend to not really like call out plays as like, you know, misplays or whatever. Unless I really think that in real time I'm deciding that the viewers can learn something from what I see as a suboptimal play or whatever you want to call it. All right, Ghost Vacuum is found by Karn. It will be played.
Target the Dryad Arbor.
Gonna proactively get rid of Dryad Arbor.
I go I'll pass.
Nick really does not like that Dryad Arbor. Wanted that thing the hell out of here. Screw Dryad Arbor, says Nick. Maybe it's Nick's least favorite card. Maybe Nick hates it. You never really know. These Legacy people. LaPark says, I really have become saturated with blue and tempo and Legacy and kept me from playing the game for maybe a year now. Recently built Naya Depths, all old frame. Very interesting. An absolutely gorgeous deck. I've become excited to play Legacy in a new style. Got all the correct tokens to match their respective card and the matching set symbol as well, so I'm ready to roll. Well done by LaPark. And yeah, if you're getting bored with Legacy and you're not like trying, you know, you're not literally at Eternal Weekend trying to win Legacy champs, just play a different deck. Just play a different deck for a while. Challenge yourself a little bit. Play High Tide or something, you know, like force yourself to have fun. You don't have to play Dimir Reanimator because it's tier 1 at your local weekly with 20 people. You know what I mean? That just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Play Legacy on hard mode. Play Moon Stompy for a week, assuming you have the cards. You know, like some events have proxies, whatever. But if you have access to it, play Naya Depths for a little while. It's not tier 1 right now. Okay, well, play it anyway. Learn to play the deck. Play Painter for a while. Swap decks with your buddy. Do something. Change it up. You'll up your game. And I think everybody at the locals will thank you for it. They get to play against a different deck. You play as a different deck. It's great. Here's Questing Beast.
Oh, oof, you. Artifact and artifact.
Attacking for 5 with Questing Beast. Questing Beast has a lot of text, and its text says that Karn dies here.
Tim, yep. Goblin. And always.
So Karn down. Questing Beast is a fast clock. It's hard to block. Painter on blue is looking sad. Ghost Vacuum also looking sad. Collector Roof on the board. Attacking with the Questing Beast again. And what else does Mike have?
Oh no, I don't think I did actually. Thank you much. Yeah, because I just definitely have 14 on the 2.
I played one before today.
Keen-Eyed Curator, another banger. It looks like all the MVPs, the All-Stars, have showed up on Mike's side. That is a handshake. That is the match. GG's. Yeah, a Fury would be pretty good. Yeah. That's how it goes. GG's. It's possible that Fury lost him the game, yeah. That Fury on Dryad Arbor, I immediately felt extremely skeptical of that, and it seems like it did not work out. LaPark says, I may buy a Gaia's Cradle to play Maverick too. Yeah, you should. If it's an option you have, LaPark, why not? Why not? Okay. Keep things moving along here. Which match next? It's up to the chat. to decide. Lands versus Dimir Delver. Cloudpost versus Dimir Tempo. Cloudpost versus Turbo Depths. Painter versus Lands. Or last option will be let's just leave it there. 2 minutes to vote. Get your vote in. Lepark hoping for some for some depths. Mike says thanks players 1 2. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. Votes are coming in. Twitch chat is voting for which match we will watch next. Gothmog has arrived in the chat saying hello to everyone. Gothmog has arrived. What's up, Gothmog? All right, votes are coming in. A little over a minute. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. We have a Patreon. Unlock everything 90s MTG via our Patreon. Or a lot of things, whatever. We do have a merch shop. Go check that out. Lepark says, what's your deck of choice lately, sir? I have been playing Maverick for the past few months. This past week, I'm playing a different deck. Maybe to be announced at some other time. I think I broke the format again, everybody. I broke it again. About a minute left to vote. We'll see what Twitch chat wants here. Close vote. Almost out of time. Mono red Nadu, yeah. Exactly. Mike says it's dinos. It could be. It could be. I think I broke the format, everybody. Sriracha contributed 1,200 channel points. Painter versus Lands up next. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Oh crap! I just ruined everything. Okay. Let me reopen this. Oh man. Oh. I wish I could screen share right now. I just screwed up everything. Okay. Diving in. Oh, thought we were frozen for a second there. When the players don't move enough, I think we froze, and the stream has catastrophically failed. All right, on the left side of your screen, we have Painter once again. This time it will be Rockford. And on the right joining us is Jeff on lands. Looks like a mulligan has been taken. Gothmog with a question. How did everyone like the EW coverage? Lapark says, I really liked it. Its Kama says it was great. Lapark says, haven't gotten used to commentators not being at these events in person yet, but hey, technology makes it so we have great commentators, so these events are remote, so I'm all for that. Yeah, the technology allows for it. Why not?
Swamp Cycle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay, looks like Rockford put 2 cards on the bottom, if I'm not mistaken, and a multi 5. We're ready to go. Rockford on the play. Basic Mountain Pass.
Draw. What is that?
Stage.
Thespian Stage, pass the turn. Thespian Stage from the Doctor Who set. You have to have this memorized. If you want to win the championship of Legacy next year, you got to memorize every version of every Legacy staple, everybody. Fable of the Mirror Breaker on the board. It's exhausting having to remind everybody of this stuff. What card is that? It's Thespian Stage, Rockford. Let's go.
I'm gonna bin an Archon and then look for others first.
Get it together, folks. So I'm totally kidding. I feel like some people tune into the stream for the first time and think like this guy is out of his mind and just completely miss that the all right, Urza Saga comes in. Haywire Might. Okay. That could be pretty good disruption here. It could also blow up Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
You couldn't miss Arius now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jeff with some very interesting sleeves. They could be available on TCG Player, I'm not sure. Discarding a Fury. Fable has ticked up to 2 successfully. Haywire Might holding off for now. Well, it kind of has to, I guess. The ability on Haywire Might requires a green, which I should have pointed out. All right, so Urza Saga now on Rockford's side. Both players have access to the most powerful saga in the game, Urza Saga. Here's Karn. Rockford has 2 sagas on his side of the board. Sagas have taken over Legacy, everybody. What happened to our precious game? I miss the days when we just had what? Freaking regular enchantments? What was the best enchantment in Legacy 10 years ago? Sylvan Library or something? Okay, Pithing Needle, found by Karn and played, naming Haywire Might.
Go to 13.
Of course. It's already off because of Karn.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so Rockford pointing out his error here. The Karn already shut off Haywire Might, so maybe that was an error. Thespian Stage could have been a better name. I guess we're going to find out. Yeah, it might have been Counterbalance, best enchantment 10 years ago. Allurin, maybe. For being honest, it wasn't Allurin. It wasn't Allurin. Sorry. Maybe 20 years ago. Animate Dead actually might have been it. Yeah, it was probably Animate Dead, best enchantment in Legacy 10 years ago. That's probably the answer. It's probably always been an Animate Dead, if we're being honest.
I'm sorry, what card did you rebuy with Tameo? Of course. Okay.
Karn gets attacked by the Haywire Might that it has stopped in every way, that Rockford has stopped in every way except it being able to attack. Jeff's Urza Saga has now ticked up to 2.
End step. I'm gonna swamp cycle. Okay.
Needle on Urza Saga. Is there an argument for Rockford to have done that? It's got to be. If Rockford had remembered, and it appears Rockford forgot for a moment about Karn shutting off Haywire Might, the choice would likely have been Thespian Stage over Saga, right? I think so. Wouldn't really make sense to shut off his own Urza Saga, I guess.
I'll attempt to animate dead my Archon.
Okay, making Pith and Needle a creature. That's interesting.
If you wasteland me, I'm gonna lose it. How many cards? 3. Okay, I'm at 7.
City of Traders is in.
Okay. For sure.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Draw. That's a brainstorm.
Okay, Jeff will make a construct and trade with the Goblin Shaman. So Goblin Shaman dies, construct dies. Okay, I think Needle is a creature right now.
I know you have.
Fluxus of Kiki Jiki is summoning sick right now. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. Rockford with 1 card in hand.
You just wasted me off of 3C, so I don't have another black source. Oh yeah, you got it. I mean, yeah. Just the turn 1 TAM was too good. Soloed that game, Jesus Christ. That was ridiculous.
There's a Saga on Jeff's side, reaching Chapter 3. Thinking about what to do with it as it nears the end of its time on the table.
Also, I mean, obviously, she did, like...
It's just going to float a mana. Jeff will search for an artifact. Sometimes in lands, you'll see Mox Diamond. Sometimes in lands, you'll see... Okay, so Rockford taking advantage here of the window to activate Construct, to make a Construct before a Needle could shut off Urza Saga. Could see Needle. Could see stuff like Soul Guy Lantern, unlikely. Expedition Map, possible. Mox Diamond, possible. Needle on Karn. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Needle on Karn makes a lot of sense. I didn't think of that in time.
Yep.
So both Karn and Haywire Might are shut off by Pithing Needles right now. Is Painter faster than lands combos? I think both decks are capable of like either making a Merit Lage or Grindstone Paintering you at pretty much the same speed. But Painter probably faster in a way because it doesn't have to then attack also, which obviously takes a turn in a way. But with like Simian Spirit Guide, it is possible for like Painter to turn 1 you. It's possible. More likely turn 2.
I'm making my opponent go a long way because I'm going to pass the
Crop rotation happening here. Sacking basic forest. There is still a mana floating from Urza Saga.
And then I knock Sure.
That is Yavimaya.
No Nadus, right? No Nadus.
Exploration.
Okay, exploration now. Pretty good. Another exploration. Okay. Maze of Ith. Okay. Dark Depths. Okay. I'm just going to keep saying okay. Pretty big turn there for Jeff. Still has a mana floating. Sphere of Resistance. Wow. Okay. Interesting. There's still an ensnaring bridge on the board, which will have to be dealt with. There's a lot going on here. There's a Saga, blows up. Rockford made a construct before the search. So now we're going to search. What could be Rockford's pick here? Could just be Grindstone, I guess. Yep. There's Grindstone.
Sphere is just one more, or is it two more?
One more. So it's Cephalia for everything.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't
Thanks. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you. I'll take the play.
Oh yeah. I don't know how many rings they have left in that.
I'll keep this.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that like, I definitely lost.
Passing it back to Jeff. Snaring Bridge holding everything back a little bit. The Pithing Needle shutting off both Karn and Haywire Might are holding things back a little bit. We're kind of like in a stalemate, I guess.
Unstub.
Both players are going to be looking for ways to break through. Goblin Welder does cost one more. Goblin Welder is... Okay, Grindstone target himself with the floating mana. Mills 6 cards. Alright. Didn't look like any interesting artifacts were in there. It was like Pyroblast, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Urza Saga. Great Furnace, and I think another Welder? I think? Was hoping for Chaos Defiler, probably. So, Marit Lage getting created here. if there are no lands currently in Jeff's graveyard, but if Pithing Needle on Jeff's side can be thrown into the graveyard by Welder, that could unlock Karn, and then we could start seeing some plays there. Goblin Welder could also bring back something like Cast a Filer from the graveyard at some point. All right, Goblin Welder will be no longer summoning sick here. All right, so Dia Traders will go away. It seems. Grindstone, target myself. Pyroblast or is it Saga? The land on Rockford's side is Arena of Glory.
The Reanimator on the Nadu was huge.
Flipping a Force of Will.
Oh, so I had one Force at 18, but then flipping that one's like, okay, now I get to
Yeah, he's been forced.
End step copying the Welder. I believe there are no artifacts in Jeff's yard. I think we can see Jeff's entire graveyard right now. There are no artifacts in there for Welder to play with. Copy token being correctly used here. It's a copy of Goblin Welder. Made on end step, so we'll last through Rockford's turn. What can Rockford do here? Oh, this is so tricky. Ancient Tomb. Rockford's holding a red Elemental Blast. Jeff's lands are Yavimaya and Mazavith at the moment. Yeah, what other cards use copy tokens in Legacy right now? There are some. It's mostly Reflections of Kiki Jiki, I guess.
And they're more consistent than you getting Nadu for the Nadu cards.
Grindstone, Mills, Goblin Engineer, and Fury. Vexing Bauble and Basic Mountain. Okay. The other Goblin Welder went away, and then the new one has been created.
Yeah, there's no way I win the long game, nor do I win the.
You gonna push it?
Okay, crop rotation, sacking Mazavith. It's gonna resolve. Yeah, Springheart Natuko uses copy tokens. Great point by Mike. Mike knows the green cards.
Are you X2 then?
See?
Sure.
Okay, so you probably. Oh, you ID.
I've had some copy tokens in my deck box the last couple of months playing with Watchful Radstag, which is off everyone's radar still, maybe, rightfully. Grove of the Burn Willows is found. That's interesting. Grove of the Burn Willows, huh?
I'm gonna attempt to brainstorm.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Another exploration. Just using Yavimaya to tap Grove for green. Another Grindstone activation. Painter and Simian Spirit Guide into the graveyard. Uh-oh. This could get ugly here. We might have reached the point in the game where things start happening. Making a copy of Welder, and Jeff, it looks like, has scooped it up.
Draw for turn. Play a frog. Just to take it. Yep. Yeah. 6, 7. Yeah.
So it looks like Rockford took game 1. Mull to 6 now for Rockford. Pretty good game so far. Pretty good match so far. 1 card on the bottom for Rockford, ready to go.
It like, I don't know, I should have brought in the bar, because it'll just sit there and then it'll get bounced and it'll have done nothing. But, I mean, it was good there. Obviously, it stopped me from my hand.
I also top decked the spell.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't have mattered, because I at that point I needed to, even if I had drawn a bounce.
Jeff is on the play, getting ready to go. Jeff has kept 7. Rockford has kept 6. There's Thespian Stage. There's Mox Diamond. Ancient Tomb is discarded.
Yeah, not bringing that in was a mistake. The second one was a mistake.
Expedition map. That resolves.
Oh, man.
Exploration. And then no other land drop. Interesting. Okay. Well, a big turn 1 for Jeff. Lots of permanents on the board. Great Furnace. Needle. This time naming Thespian Stage.
You can still use mana, you just can't hit it.
I guess not 100%. You may not. Actually, now likely. Let me see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, if Yusuf wins, you might still not make it. You gave yourself a chance, and that's all you can ask for.
The second time I've done that, and I'm going.
Jeff did not make a second land drop after playing Exploration last turn. It's kind of interesting. Expedition map cracked here. Needle is on stage, so nothing really to do with that at the moment. What do we want with map? Depends what's in hand, I guess.
Yeah. Game 1, I had a hand of Cantress, but you kept wastelanding me, so I couldn't really get momentum going. And then, yeah, game 2, I mean, Merc is still good. I needed a way to deal with it. If I had, I think I would have won, but put me on a quick clock.
Could just be Urza's Saga and getting that up and running. Yeah, that's the selection. All right. Good prediction for me. Urza's Saga is in. Blood Moon effects from Rockford are pretty scary. Kind of a useless exploration. What is Jeff holding? Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon. Be problematic.
3 in hand.
3 in hand for Jeff, it looks like.
Otherwise, I was things like that.
Too excited on this, so weird. Well, congratulate you if and when you do. I love that.
Okay, Urza's Saga comes in. Uh-oh. I think that's a violation. Urza's Saga on Rockford's side. A whole bunch of dice were dropped. So Urza's Saga takes up to 2 on Jeff's side, who has the mana to start making constructs already. This being stage number 2. Doesn't really do a whole lot. floating a mana, sacks the new Thespian stage to a crop rotation. Wasteland. That makes sense. Waster's a Saga. I like that.
Or if you're floating, I'm going to move phase and do it.
Okay, and then Jeff has made a construct using the floating mana. There it is. So Jeff's Urza Saga is going to... Ooh, here's Magus of the Moon. Well, it's going to die is what it's going to do. Urza Saga is gone. I was about to start talking about what it could possibly find, but it is going to find absolutely nothing. Whoa, what just happened there? It was like a flash of something. Okay. Magus of the Moon. 2/2 construct. Exploration has done not much. It's supposed to be a pretty good advantage, but that's not always a guarantee. We were talking a little bit earlier on today's stream. Was it this match? About best enchantments 10 years ago, and Exploration is up there on the list. It hasn't looked very good in this match, though, in this game. Ooh, Force of Vigor, pitching Conduit of Worlds, blow up Needle, blow up Great Furnace. So Thespian stage is live. Okay, Magus of the Moon attacks. And no further plays from Rockford. Attacking with the construct. Another sad exploration. LaPark says, I caught a video of yours on YouTube where you said your Maverick is a little different. Are you Abzan or Bant? The deck I've been playing is Abzan. But I'm doing my own thing, I guess. It's a little different than some of the lists other people are playing. Attacking with construct. Magus of the Moon, continuing to attack. It's just a race between this construct and this Magus of the Moon, I guess. Not much else going on. Both players' lands are just mountains. There's Ghost Vacuum. Could be helpful.
Seems like it's only good in
Jeff has access to colored mana with Mox Diamond. That's not the worst. Jeff plays a Dark Depths. Uh-oh. Ghost Vacuum getting activated.
Wasteland.
Goblin Engineer. Using a Simian Spirit Guide to cast it. It's going to resolve. That could be a really good engineer if it lives. Dark Depths on the table has no ice counters on it. Phyrexian Dragon Engine into the graveyard.
After this test, Reanimator will beat everyone. Beats Reanimator is just all Pokemon in one deck, despite the one deck only being 16%. So we just need to advantage and I think it's doing it.
There's no longer a Needle on stage. I forgot to take that off the screen. Needle got blown up a while back by Force of Vigor. Sorry about that. This Dark Depths has no ice counters on it. We saw Grove of the Burn Willows earlier. I'm a little bit nervous for Rockford here. Phyrexian Dragon Engine in the graveyard, though, could come back next turn. But Rockford would have to discard his hand, right?
Nadu was a design, it's like literal design by contract. Whereas a draw lead was a design by rationale. It's kind of like Ragavan but
stage.
designed to be good.
In the basic
Okay, cast Thespian Stage, exiled by Ghost Vacuum. Basic Mountain. Rockford makes a land drop. Hamilton Engineer is available. A little awkward to discard your whole hand, though. Just going to pass a turn. Punishing Fire on Magus of the Moon.
Like red, like green.
Yeah, you're probably playing Eldrazi yourself.
If you're on Eldrazi, or you're doing a combo. So sure, I guess if you combo out, green is not good because Eldrazi, or it is Eldrazi. And then
Hopefully that's what you play right now. It's
stage. That's why I think the issue.
That's a dark depth.
I think every color should have at least one piece, even if it's a bad piece, like black and green. Yeah. That's good. I mean, black is an option. It's a bad option and should be to keep it solidified. Every strategy
I still have to respect the weapon.
Yeah, that
doesn't have that option.
So Punishing Fire on the stacks, targeting Magus of the Moon. Dark Depths has no ice counters. Phyrexian Dragon Engine comes in, discard the hand, a whole bunch of stuff. Draw 3. Going to game 3, I guess.
Also, a post 2019 running 2 design so it seems very clear how he was of course, scalping it for.
Moving on to game 3. Rockford will be on the play. Punishing Fire with Dark Depths on the board, made a Marit Lage, and then Rockford would get attacked by Marit Lage. Had no way to block it. Had no way to stop it.
You tell me, I'm happy to play that. I'm happy to play that.
I'm saying I'm okay with the draw, but we have no knowledge of what they're doing actually.
Technically, yes, of course. I'm gonna keep.
Okay, Rockford has kept 7. Jeff's still thinking about it. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Both players kept 7. Game 3. City of Traders, Simian Spirit Guide, Magus of the Moon. Oh, well, that's a really good start. Okay. It's game 3. Turn 1 Magus of the Moon from Painter. It's going to be tough to beat. Dark Depths. Okay. All right, we're playing a game here. Painter. Name's Blue.
Make it pretty big, force you to have to push, you know what I mean?
Dark Depths has no ice counters on it. Grove of the Burn Willows is a mountain. Mox Diamond. Discarding Dark Depths.
City Treasure. City Treasure. It's a mountain. Oh, it's a mountain.
Like, I want that card to stay.
You're right.
Grindstone. The non-basic lands are mountains. So City of Traders and Ancient Tomb are mountains. So Rockford only has 2 mana open right now. We saw Simian Spirit Guide earlier in this game. I'm a little nervous for Jeff right now. If Jeff... Oh, man, this is so close. Attacking with Painter and Magus of the Moon.
Yeah, I didn't play against
They felt like
Game 2. Yeah. Turn 2. I comboed on one game with
Okay, Jeff's going to take the damage. Force of Vigor on Painter and Grindstone. Pitching an Exploration. Punishing Fire on Magus of the Moon. Oh my goodness. That ends the game. Jeff wins the match. Wow. Force of Vigor plus Punishing Fire. And Jeff wins the game. Wow. Okay, that was something else. It looked like Rockford had that one. And yes, Dark Depths enters with 0 counters on it if there's a moon on the board. So it makes a Merit Lage immediately. Yeah, the exact cards needed to win on the spot. That was incredible. GG's. Great match. Thank you, whoever voted for that one. That was good. Okay. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? Your options will be Cloudpost versus Demir, or Cloudpost versus Turbo Depths. It's your chance to vote between those two. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. A Wet Possum, thank you for the sub with Prime. Appreciate it. Poll happening now in the live chat. Our Discord is up on your screen. We have a merch shop. We have a Patreon. Go find those links. Go check them out. Did this card just break Legacy, by the way? Seems broken. About a minute left to vote. Vote for which match we will watch next. It is up to you, people of the chat. It is up to you. Lots of Eternal Weekend pickups got posted in our Discord server over the weekend and this past couple days. Almost out of time. Close vote. Almost out of time. Cloudpost versus Turbo Depths up next. Alec in the Ink contributed 600 channel points. Thank you, Alec. Let's set this up. Diving in.
That was 7. Yeah, roll. Roll again. 8. 10. You got it. I'll play. Sounds good.
All right. Sounds like Bobby has won the die roll. On the left side of your screen is Dominic on Cloudpost. And on the right, we have Bobby with Turbo Depths. It should be fun.
Try this.
Turbo Depths starts off with a Thespian stage. Lotus Petal, pass a turn. Little scary. Little scary.
Vexing Bobble? Sure. Say go.
Vexing Bobble, pass a turn. Lotus Petal already on the board. So that's safe. Turbo Depths trying to make a fast Merit Lage. There's Dark Depths. We're close.
Some parts of it.
You're playing Displacer. In mono green deck.
Trigger. Go up to 21.
Please? How dare you?
Oh, okay.
Please?
Say go.
Yeah, that life gain is pretty huge, actually. Lotus Petal gets sacked. Elvis Spirit Guide. And looks like trying to make a Merit Lage. Beseiju in response. Ouch.
Till
this trigger.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait until you make the copy, the legend rule, and then before that happens, I'm gonna Beseiju it.
Alright, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll draw?
Yeah. Oh, you get the land.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Pretty nutty otherwise.
Almost forgot.
All right, yeah, so Bobby will search for a land. Beseiju stopped the combo. A lot of resources spent by Bobby to make a Merit Lage unsuccessfully. The Beseiju clutch. That's a pretty good Beseiju.
Sure.
I'll move the combat.
It's any land, right?
Yes,
I mean,
they
the
basic land type. Yeah.
So I'll just
Let's get rid of
Body there. Sure.
Or we'll actually need 2 more. So let's get rid of return.
I'll draw for the turn.
Yep.
It's not in there. Yeah. Well, you need 3 creatures, and you have 2 red so. Right, you could draw a land.
I'll play a Thespian stage. Sure.
Okay, Thespian stage. Bobby trying to rebuild. Had kind of a blowout with that Beseiju on the Thespian stage that copied Dark Depths Maze of Ith. Oh, no. Not good.
Beseiju the Maze.
Okay, Beseiju the Maze. Okay. Little awkward to ramp Dominic here. But the Turbo Depths deck trying to end this game quickly might have a way to make Merit Lage between this turn and the next. And need to get that maze off the board now. Yavimaya, pass a turn. A crop rotation here could potentially make a Merit Lage. Needle. Oh, didn't pass a turn.
I will name Caracas.
That's a good name.
Go.
Okay, Caracas is named. Once upon a time for Dominic.
I will take. What's interesting? What do I take? Take this Cloudpost.
Sure.
Okay, Cloudpost is selected. Goes into Dominic's hand.
So,
Crop rotation.
crack the bottle to draw a card. Okay. Draw?
Sure.
So Needle is on Caracas. Cloudpost gets played.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Let's go to
Play bottle.
Good.
Say go.
End step.
Yep.
Crop rotation.
With that on the stack.
Sure. I'm gonna sacrifice the land.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I'm gonna flash in Disruptor Flute.
Thinking.
Yeah. I mean the bridge is not really something.
Disruptor Flute in response to crop rotation.
Oh, that's a 2/2, right? That's 2/2.
Sure.
I'll name Thespian stage.
17.
Okay, Thespian stage is named. That makes a lot of sense. Bobby will find Dark Depths. It seems.
Amount of interaction.
I was just thinking, like, this deck just has a million ways to.
Yeah. I mean, Depths is super soft to land-based strategies.
Yeah.
Like, against Naya Depths, against even Maverick, I'm pretty soft to it. And so I had to go for the turn 2.
No, for sure. I think it's 100% the right play.
Bobby talking about how his deck is a little bit soft to lands-based strategies. And Dominic's deck is well equipped to beat the Turbo Depths deck. So Bobby going for a fast as possible Merit Lage was the plan here, and it didn't work out. Not this time. This isn't over yet, though. Right now, Dominic has nothing that deals damage or attacks or anything. Bobby has a moment. But the longer the game goes, obviously, Dominic becomes more and more favored, I think.
I'll main phase crop rotation.
Sure.
Okay, crop rotation, second the Thespian stage. Urborg. Okay. Okay. Is Vampire Hex Mage about to do it? Could be fun. Nope. Just passing the turn. Bobby with 1 card in hand, I believe.
Eye.
Sure.
Eye of Ugin.
I'm at 21.
No, yeah, I'm checking how many mana you had. 5?
Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if I had a... Yeah, but I can't activate it.
I'll draw.
Yeah, Eye of Ugin cannot be activated yet. Pass the turn back to Bobby. 2 cards in hand now for Bobby. Needle is on Caracas.
You have another flute?
Move the combat. I'll exile your...
I'll cast the Hex Mage.
Sure.
Hex Mage resolves.
Magician, land, sorcery.
I'll just make it now.
Okay.
Any response?
Nope.
Okay, making a Merit Lage now. Vampire Hex Mage removes all the counters from Dark Depths. Merit Lage is created. Dominic with an end step play of Kozilek's Command. Ooh.
5, 6, so X equals 4. Right. I'll exile your thing and I'll scry 4 and draw 1.
Alright, sure.
Oh, shit, sorry.
I anticipated.
So I'll go like this. I'll draw. And then still in the end step.
How do I get out of this?
I will crop rotation, turning this.
Alright.
Okay, crop rotation sacking the basic forest. Finds a Cloudpost. Is that a retro frame crop rotation? Does anybody know?
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't exactly realize, but this deck, I guess, just accidentally has a good...
Well, it really does, because command is such a beating against the deck.
Draw.
And then I've been drawn.
How many versions of crop rotation are there now? There's just too many, right?
4. Cast the 1 ring.
Alright.
Activate it to draw a card.
Sure.
The 1 ring, draw a card. Little flash of a trophy Dominic brought back from Eternal Weekend, that crop rotation. And a scoop here to Karn, the Great Creator. We're going to game 2.
Gotta go fast.
So Bobby's plan is to go fast. Looks like Bobby thinking about a mulligan here.
Yep. I'm going to therapy. Trophy. Oh, 19. Therapy boy.
You cannot stifle a painter ETB. You cannot do that.
And
Yeah, it should take some balance.
Yeah. I don't think anything. Interesting. Oh yeah, on 1 mana? Yeah.
Bobby trying to figure out this hand. Seems like it's a tough mulligan. Yeah, dress down does stop Painter from being able to choose a color on ETB or on entering. Is this a mulligan to 5?
Nomadic core redirects damage from another creature to it.
Dominic doesn't care what's happening here. Okay, it looked like one card was put on the bottom. A mulligan to 6, it seems. Ready to go?
I can solve any card that
Go. Bayou passed a turn. Okay. Not a very threatening turn 1. Planner Nexus passed the turn.
Yep.
Is Planner Nexus the best desert in Magic?
That only filters, right?
Yes.
I mean, or colorless.
It makes colors. It costs 1 to
filter the
yes.
mana. All right. Just making sure.
That is.
Yes. Okay, Bobby plays at Dark Depths. It's got 10 ice counters on it. Crop rotation, sack Bayou. Okay. Urborg. Robert's hoping for a Vampire Hexmage. Looks like Bobby might be doing exactly that. There's Vampire Hexmage. All right.
And
I was counting on you thinking you were safe there.
Yeah, that was just I think it makes sense at the time. It's like, oh, like, there's very little
Sure,
things
go.
that stop.
Okay, just passing the turn. A Wasteland could be kind of disruptive here. Once upon a time, first spell of the game still.
There we go.
Brick.
Okay, a brick, 4 of the One Rings, and a Disruptor Flute, it looked like. Found by Once Upon a Time. That was a whiff. And Dominic happy to share. All right, Urza's Tower. End step. Gonna try and make a Marilage here.
3 mana. I'm gonna filter 1 into white, so I have 2 colorless floating.
Sure.
I'm gonna attempt to Swords the Marilage.
Swords the Merit Mage. You have 2 colorless.
Yep.
2 colorless mana floating. Swords to Plowshares on Marilage. Not of this world.
I'm gonna Cosmic's Command for 0. That's draw a card and exile. Draw. Say go.
I'll draw.
Kozilek's Command does it again. Not of this world, not enough. Marilage removed for now. Bobby's gonna have to try again.
I'll play a Pel.
Okay.
And
Turn 4. This is like,
no target. Go.
Sure.
Talon Gates of Madara, no target. Another great Modern Horizons card from this year. Talon Gates of Madara.
I had like the first one was on card, but I really didn't like it.
Sure.
Like,
You really missed
I'll
that
tick
first
down.
one now.
Alright.
You really
No,
really
I
missed-
don't.
No, you don't.
Like
Really?
Synth Lattice.
No, it was-
Alright.
Ticking down Karn, finding Mycosynth Lattice. There it is. Lotus Petal now shut off.
Yeah.
That is the match. Good games. Dominic gets it. And we got to see that crop rotation for a moment there. GG's. GG's. Bobby had a plan, stuck to it, played it right as far as I can tell. But in both games, Dominic managed to have the disruption to stop the whole thing. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That wraps it up for me for today. Stick around for a raid, everybody. Stick around for a raid. You'll get some channel points for sticking out a few moments for a raid. I'll see everybody soon. Have a good rest of your week. Enjoy the holiday if you're celebrating. Peace out.